All right, folks, we're back.
Yes, he does. Just fine. If the fans get out of it.
We're back. Reload it.
Yeah, again, I just mentioned it. This guy can do anything you want.
So Micah Parsons, 6'3", 246, linebacker out of Penn State.
At 246 pounds. That's not normal, by the way, to be that big and that explosive. When you watch him on video at Penn State, you really can't take your eyes off him. It's hard to find linebackers who can get off blocks.
Sorry about that. No idea why she crashed, folks. No idea. You never know.
And get to the ball carrier. He's not.
Like I mentioned, everybody streaming this thing today.
The ball. Here he is off the edge.
Everybody's streaming it.
Plus, he's going to be able to rip through and slip through the block and make a play in the backfield. The range is legitimate sideline to sideline range. Something Leighton Vander Esch does very
But hopefully we get everybody back.
well. He's going to fit in, and here's the blitzing. This is what I referenced a little bit earlier.
Hopefully we get everybody back up in here.
To go. He gets from A to B immediately to create pressure. Coming off the edge here. If he was just an edge rusher, I think he'd
Change of saves, so our thumbnail's back on.
There's the blitz, there's the speed. It shows up in Penn State. Did not play this last year. He was an opt-out. If you're worried about what he might look like after a year off, go watch his pro day. It's one of the best linebacker pro days I've ever seen.
So we had 57 likes before she dropped, y'all.
Coming out of Ohio State. He wore number 11 like LeVar Arrington. But here's my comp for him. Jalen Smith, a guy that he's going to join now because remember before Jalen Smith hurt his knee and his leg, his speed was unbelievable and he's still super fast. Watch this guy now coming off the end.
Alrighty.
You guys have pointed out.
So hopefully we get everybody back.
Play in the middle and make every tackle that needs to be made. Super athletic. I love this pick.
Welcome into the National Football League.
All my draft crushes are gone there, Ballard.
Saquon
I really think they're going to trade down.
back this year, and maybe they'll meet a couple of times. Oh, like number 12 overall, up where he.
I really think they'll trade back down.
I got the time of my life. We can get that going.
Man, that sucks it crashed. I don't know why either.
30, he handled Danny Shelton.
It's not usually an issue anymore.
With the lava.
Yeah, that was almost like Aaron Donald.
Very few crashes. Hopefully we get our people back.
I know, right?
The commission's tough. Give it to him.
I know. So is Alex Smith, who we send our best to if he's out there watching the draft as a retiree. So when the Cowboys tomorrow night choose 84th overall, just keep that in mind because that's the player that they get for moving down and taking a guy that could have gotten a 10 in Micah Parsons, who's with Melissa Stark right now.
Chris from State College in
Funky Fresh predicts the Chargers are going to go line here.
America's team. What does it mean to be playing for the Cowboys?
It means everything. I don't know if you guys saw my tweets last year, but I said I wanted to start how I finished. When you start this game, you know, once I get into AT&T Stadium, it's up.
Well, you wore the right colors, did you know?
It's going to be tough to come back from that crash, though, y'all. People don't have much patience.
Message to Cowboys fans. What are they getting?
You're going to get
Queso Jesus is shook that the Bears got Fields.
And you know, me and the boy Jalen Smith,
Slater would be good, says Eternal Chongo.
we're going to make it LVU again.
Cowboys fans love hearing that. Congratulations.
Let's get it.
Let's get it, says Micah Parsons. Cowboys fans have got to be out of their minds right now. Green room made possible by Lowe's. Zach Wilson had a short night. So did Trey Lance, leading to a longer night for the remaining quarter.
You think Slater's going to go here, LJ? Glad you found us again, dude. I don't have that issue of dropping very often anymore. I don't know why it happened there.
Always presented by Lowe's. Chargers and
All right, folks, pick is in. Pick is in.
there's the Patriots.
Pick is in here, folks. But we are headed to a commercial break real quick. Headed to a commercial break. Chargers pick 1.13 is the pick. Christian asks again, Pat's Mac Jones. I don't know. Is there another team past the Chargers here that wants Mac Jones if the Vikings don't want him? Can you think of a team that is thinking about a quarterback in the lower half of this first round that would trade up? That would trade up to get in here. The Vikings have a history of doing things to just mess with the Patriots in the draft. They do have a history of doing things to mess with the Patriots in the draft. But what team there? The Cardinals, no. The Raiders, yes. Is Mac Jones the type quarterback that gets Gruden all warm and tingly? The Dolphins? How about the Washington football team? How about the Washington football team? They would probably want to move up. The Saints, LJ? Yep. Christian says the Vikes need defense. Everything I've seen has them drafting an offensive guard. And I think that 14 is too high for what's left. I think if you're drafting in that top 20 of a draft and your team has multiple needs, I think an offensive guard is not that top 20 pick worthy. Will Go Lightly says draft Will Smith. Leonardo Villapueda says Vikings get no likings. Just kidding. Well, we crashed, so we're on a whole new streak. I almost had 50, almost 60 likes. Which, if you compare it to last year's draft stream, where I got a total of 150 views total. Oh, he's up to bat right now. Queso says Washington needs an offensive tackle too. All right, so they're doing a little commercial here, and then it'll be time for the Chargers pick. Mine and Milton up in here. What's up, Milton? Joe Borowick says if Nick Saban and Bill Belichick mated, his name would be Mac Jones. The child's name would be Mac Jones. 23 up in here. So we've recovered a little bit here, folks. Hit the like. We had to run a second stream here because we crashed. Crashed and went boom.
Rashawn Slater to me is
but toast everybody.
Draft. I like him even better than Penei Sewell. He's still there. I did not think this would happen. He would be there for the Chargers.
Here's the commissioner with
Here's the pick, y'all.
powder blue flash man. Looks like
There you go, Leonard. There you go, Mr. Villapueda.
With the 13th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Los Angeles Chargers select Rashawn Slater Jr.
They get Slater to protect the A-Bear there. My fantasy team thanks you.
Over here to get a left tackle in. Back to that offensive line. Corey Linsley comes over in free agency to anchor the center position. We get Pyler from the Steelers to come over and play a guard. And now you've added an extremely impressive player, Rashawn Slater out of Northwestern, who in his battle against Chase Young. And you go back and watch that tape.
So the Vikings are on the clock, everybody. Let's go, Vikes.
Big Ten players right now. Justin Fields from the Ohio State is the first Big Ten player selected in this draft. Micah Parsons out of Penn State. And now here comes a Northwestern Wildcat, everybody.
Hey, what's up, Tommy?
I want to talk about workout numbers, Coach.
King says Vikings can get Mac Jones. I don't think they're gonna.
As an offensive tackle, that's not normal. That's a special athlete.
Steelers are coming up here, man. They're coming up.
He could have opted out after that game.
One in about 10 picks.
Walked off the field, dropped his helmet.
Joe Borowick says, serious shout out to you for pronouncing my name correctly. We had a whole family of Borowicks here in the town I live in. They were all judges and lawyers.
Tough guy, smart guy. I think the Chargers fans are going to be really excited with this game.
What I like about it, I think it gives you line flexibility because he's going to start out at left tackle, Daniel, and you know about all the question marks about his arm length and all that. We don't think he can live out there, but if he can,
I don't think so, Steven. I don't think so, man.
no. This is
I think they're going to try to package this and move down.
Coming out of Notre Dame. I thought Zach Martin could
I think if anyone wants Mac Jones, the Vikings are more than willing to move out of this spot.
But balance and Ben, we can go to the video. I can show you that Chase Young battle that he had.
Alijah Vera-Tucker to the Vikings. That's been one that's been predicted a lot, so it wouldn't shock me. Wouldn't shock me. I really think they trade it, though.
He's on balance. He can bend. He's patient. See him again. You're on an island. You've got a three-way go for an edge rusher here.
They're coming up.
Wisconsin.
They're on the clock.
Where his feet are always where they need to be.
They are on the old clock right now. 31 Berzerkers up in here, up in here.
On the right side.
I'm ready, Robert.
Versatility Charles mentioned as a puller once he gets out.
All my draft crushes are off the board, folks. Every one of them that I thought was a draft crush is gone.
And again, working up to the second level, he's very comfortable and confident. You see him used on screens. He even got to the third level out to corners and safeties. Sorry, Coach, you had to see that.
Leonard says the Vikings need to pick a new coach and GM. I don't disagree with that completely.
On their roster,
at least a new coach.
That's the new AC Brandon Staley, who was coordinating the defense in that building for the Rams last year. And earlier this
Come on, somebody come up in front of the Patriots here.
for there.
Someone come up in front of the Patriots and keep Mac Jones from them.
Protect their quarterback.
Going once, going twice.
Los Angeles Charger already rocking the powder blue.
It's taking a long time, folks. It's taken a long time. We haven't seen that the pick is in bullshit. Trade. The Jets move up. The Jets move up. Jets move up to the 14th position as I predicted.
To the challenge.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I cannot wait.
Congratulations.
The Jets move up in front of the Patriots.
Words that just is going to send New York up. You know what?
What are the Jets coming up for, folks?
8th overall pick. They're on the clock.
What are the Jets coming up for?
For the Patriots. Let's send it over to Lowe's home team headquarters for
Do you pick Mac Jones, which is like a carbon copy of what you already have?
With our first pick in the draft, the Lowe's.
And what do the Vikings get? If anyone sees what the Vikings got here, let me know.
Mr. Breeze, I'm just so humbled to be chosen.
35 Berzerkers up in here, up in here.
Just yet.
So what community will you go help out first?
Now since I have the lowest home team,
I saw what was coming.
start with the folks.
I've been talking about it the entire stream.
Welcome to the home team. Good.
There is no way Spielman was going to go without having a second rounder. There was no way in hell.
Only a dream. Only a daydream.
Joe Borowick thinks they're coming up for an edge guy.
Maybe it's only a weekend or a moment.
Thinks they're coming up for an edge guy.
But the only things that matter. The Jeep Grand Cherokee. There's 0% financing for 72 months.
Maybe Christian. That would be cool if they got a first rounder next year as well. But they really wanted the 2.
Wave program.
I almost guarantee whatever the trade is, it's going to be a 2 this year as part of the deal.
And to celebrate National Small Business Week,
We're doing something special.
come in for Horizon Small Business Days.
Our team of trained business specialists
We'll give you a complimentary tech evaluation
To help jumpstart your communications.
connectivity,
and security.
and we'll design a technology approach that's tailored for your business. Plus, limited time offers worth up to $1,000.
LJ says Michigan defensive end is who's going here, and that's who Bill wanted.
Jumpstart your tech.
So do you think he goes Jones now? LJ afterwards? Pick is in. Pick is in for the Jets. I think I've got this thing running through commercials. That's bad. Did I get mad, Leonard? I didn't think I did. I didn't think I got mad there. 31 up in here, up in here. Welcome to Valhalla Sports Talk's coverage of the 2021 NFL Draft. What's the kid from Michigan's name? Let's check it out here. Let's check it out. He's a defensive end. You talking about Payton Turner? No. Oh, the edge rusher. Kwity Paye. Kwity Paye, senior out of Michigan. Yeah, you just clicked the little money deal. There should be a money deal. I don't know why it's not down there. Or you can donate to my PayPal. I'll put the link up on the screen here. Would appreciate it, Christian. Kwity Paye, says LJ. Hey, what's up, Desmond? What's up, Desmond? How you doing, buddy? How you doing? All right, still in a commercial break, folks. We ain't missing nothing. Trade. Vikings received 23rd overall pick and 2 third-rounders, 66 and 86 overall. So that we move from 14 to 23 and get a 66 and 86? What the F? What the F? Now the Vikings have 12 picks in the draft.
Patriots who are on the clock right now at 6:30 and change. We'll get to that in a moment, but who do you think the Jets moved up to go get here?
Coach, we've worked with Joe Douglas.
So the Vikings moved down a ton,
Offensive line.
an absolute ton, to get 2 third-rounders.
Alijah Vera-Tucker.
To get 2 third-rounders. What the fuck are we doing?
He's still sitting out there. He's a perfect fit with the New York Jets to help protect your 2nd overall pick in Zach Wilson.
What are we doing?
It's a Red Star type player. And the Ravens love those guys with the work ethic, the intangibles, all that stuff Joe D grew up on with the Ravens. That's what Alijah Vera-Tucker embodies.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, 9 spots.
Just in Joe you trust because I know every Jet fan that I know.
Yeah, I get you. Fun stuff.
Second first-round pick tonight.
They should have enough thirds now to move up. We'll get into that in a few here, but they should have enough now. We've got 12 picks total in the draft now. 12 picks total. A ton of those are 3rd and 4th and 5th rounders.
2 extra picks and another first-rounder to go get. Let's hear it.
Here's the Jets pick.
The Minnesota Vikings have traded the 14th pick to the New York Jets. With the 14th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft. The New
Yeah, I saw that, Rob.
Alijah Vera-Tucker, guard, USC.
And the Jets come up and take the player that many had going to the Vikings, Alijah Vera-Tucker. Vikings pass on the SC guy to recoup a couple mid-round picks.
I wanted to see the look on the face of the fan go, we just took a guard? But this is a very large...
So I imagine Vikings Nation is having a meltdown on Twitter right now.
They're protecting their 2nd overall selection.
We showed that graphic of all those failed Jets quarterbacks.
All right, Pepe.
None of them
Pepe.
great offensive line in front of them. I think that's what they're trying to do here with this selection. You've got the position flexibility.
6'4", 308 guard out of USC.
Trust me, he will be at left guard for the New York Jets. He's consistent.
Yeah, it is an early 3rd. Plus, we have enough LJ where he can pretty much move up and down the board at will now. He can pretty much move up and down the board at will.
We now have coming up 2 potential landing spots for Alabama quarterback Mac Jones. One that's been a landing spot, I think a lot of people have thought all along, the New England Patriots. They love Mac Jones. At his worst, he is Andy Dalton. At his best, sky's the limit. That is a possibility. Josh McDaniels and the Patriots pressed him into.
So do the Patriots get Mac Jones here?
See if that is the one they take. And then the Las Vegas Raiders, under the radar potential quarterback shooter. They have done all the QB work.
Now they're saying the Raiders, which I mentioned earlier as well. For a guy that don't know what the hell he's talking about half the time, I hit all these on the head pretty soundly. Pick is in for the Patriots.
You had some teams that were getting ready to come up that were right in that mix. I think the Raiders were one that had been connected with Alijah Vera-Tucker. I thought that made some sense for why the Jets did what they did. Okay.
Pick is in for the Patriots, and my fantasy league is going crazy.
Where's Nike? Nike didn't make it this year. I guess Nike's at home. We say hello to Mr. Kraft, Bill Belichick.
A lot of Patriots fans in that league.
You see like 15 people in the room. There was 90 people in the draft room right there. Okay, so as you know, the New England Patriots Patriots in recent years, only one combined Pro Bowl appearance.
Hey, what's up, going dirt track racing? What's up, buddy?
It's Stanford, outstanding Stanford. Star punter Jake Bailey. Was that appropriate? Absolutely.
This is why Belichick will pick him here, guys, because everybody is doubting this guy.
They went absolutely.
Watch him. He'll end up being the second best quarterback in this draft.
For any team, let alone the New England Patriots. Do you think this could be Mac Jones? 15th overall.
I think it has to be a consideration. Obviously, the relationship between Coach Belichick and Nick Saban. They've done their homework and have all the information they would ever need. I thought Trey Lance would be more of a fit with them, but that decision was made for him. That's long gone.
Yeah. No Tom Brady anymore. You got to get a quarterback.
Here's the pick.
All right, here we go.
With food insecurity a challenge for so many Americans.
Oh, so the Vikings didn't. The Vikings sent a pick to the Jets as well, so they have 11 picks now in the draft.
Don Cox is behind me, a former Marine.
31 Berzerkers up in here, up in here.
Started providing food to fellow veterans. He and his team have provided more than 5.6 million meals in 10 different states through food.
Hey, folks, if you're in this new stream, please hit the like button again.
Thank you for your service.
Please hit the like button again. That's what gets us up in the search rankings
Food insecurity.
as we try to recover from a little crash here. Trying to recover from a little crash here.
With the 15th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the six-time world champion New England Patriots select Mac Jones.
There he went, Mac Jones, quarterback.
Oh, it is Jones. The confidence stride.
So, LJ, you don't think that they wanted him. You think they wanted the guy that went just before him.
The first round.
The Slater guy.
Patriots last selected a quarterback in the first round. That's how long it has been. The Patriots thought to be interested in Mac Jones. Then the Niners thought to be interested in Mac Jones. And the concept of him being around for 15th overall was an absolute long shot. And then tonight.
All right, so the Patriots get their quarterback, Mac Jones.
I think in the movie Braveheart when they're saying, hold.
No quarterback left for John Gruden.
Straight up, just sit, and this might just fall into your lap, Mac Jones. It's all about accuracy, touch, and timing. You're hoping he's going to turn into Matt Ryan. That's what the hope is when you draft him if you're Bill Belichick. Obviously, as we mentioned, very familiar with him and his ties to Alabama. Was out there at that pro day, sitting there talking to Nick Saban. The quick release, RPO game, very comfortable doing that. The ball comes out right away. He can work the whole field. How about getting to number 5?
Yeah, some booze, but this is a play that's exactly out of Bill Belichick's playbook, folks. This is what I mentioned earlier,
Josh McDaniels
that he didn't like drafting this guy in the first round because he doesn't think it's necessary. But the fact that he has been just murdered through the draft process, and by 49er fans especially, that he was just absolutely dogged by the 49er faithful, and he's going to use that as motivation for this kid. He's going to use it as motivation for this young man.
Exactly where he wants to go with the ball. He processes very fast. That's why he was in the mix to be the 3rd overall.
Yeah, he'll be the starter for now.
And that's why the Patriots got him here at 15.
Well, let's the start. Take it away.
Well, Rich, he had to wait a little bit longer than he thought, but he came.
So the Cardinals are on the clock, folks.
Was it worth the wait?
Oh, absolutely. This is what I wanted all along, and I can't wait to play for really the greatest franchise in NFL history. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and we're looking forward to it.
That's not well received here. You got a little booze. But talking about championships, your college coach, Nick Saban, very good friends with Bill Belichick. Both of them know a lot about winning.
Mighty Patriot checks in and says, let's go, Mac.
We'll see. I've got a chance to play under some legendary coaches.
I didn't think he was going to get to you, Mighty Patriot. I really, for some reason, thought that he was going to be a Cowboy.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
I had a weird feeling that he was going to be a Cowboy.
All right.
Sounds good.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Highest drafted offensive player of the Belichick era in New England, beating Nate Solder's 17th overall selection by 2. So that's the quarterback room in New England, and that's how we send things over to Kurt Warner.
Robert says, I'm ready, Raiders.
Thanks, guys. You know, Joe, I was on Twitter today. And
All right, pick is in, folks.
it's the annual post-Tom Brady shirtless
Pick is in for the Cardinals.
day. And so it's funny because they go get Mac Jones, who the one thing you say is not necessarily
Victoria, the Vikings traded down, and they now pick
as he plays the game very much like Tom Brady did.
8 picks from now. 8 picks from now, number 23. They traded down in the first round.
In my face, hey, I can anticipate, I can let this go, and I can put the ball on the money where only my guy can get it. I love this. Understanding
Stephen Laughlin says the Raiders are either going Jock or Darrisaw here.
I can step in and deliver, and we've seen Tom Brady do that a million times, and I can decipher what a defense is going to do. Safety gets nosy, I can get up over the top. That big question, I think we all
No problem, Victoria.
And what is the
No problem. 1:16 on the clock here.
times when he had to move
Actually, the pick is in, like I said.
platform a little bit,
Pick is in. We're waiting to hear from the Cardinals.
kind of throws. You heard Ian talk about, hey, the low part is an Andy Dalton, but we want to see what the upside is for a Mac Jones. How transcendent can he be with his right arm? That's always what separated Tom Brady after the decision making. That's the big question for me with Mac Jones.
Shoes are enormous, obviously.
The Packers don't pick until 29. 29 is the Packers pick, D'Amico.
Surgical on offense, right? That's what they did. Tom Brady, 13 of 15.
D'Amico, the Packers don't pick until 29. But kind of weird, D'Amico, is your quarterback
I know they're thinking that
that's not happy joined us here in the studio. He's right here. I've asked him not to say anything because I hate hearing his voice. But he's here. You know, if you want to say hi, maybe ask him for an autograph.
See who they choose right here. 16th overall at Cleveland.
All right, here goes the pick for the Cardinals.
With the 16th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals select Zaven Collins, linebacker, Tulsa.
This is a hulking linebacker, Rich.
Zaven Collins, 6'4", 259.
He actually went to
Another big linebacker for the Arizona Cardinals.
a jumbo athlete who does some rare things.
They compare him to Anthony Barr of the Vikings.
People have compared him. They see a little bit of Urlacher when you talk to some of the older scouts. I saw a little bit of Anthony Barr, but because of the versatility to play outside or
Yeah, Darrisaw's an option for the Vikings. I agree.
somebody like they got Isaiah Simmons.
I don't know who the Raiders are going to draft. They're up right now, right?
We're back in Cleveland, where they didn't quite appreciate hearing how the Patriots picked.
All right, next 4 picks, Raiders, Dolphins, Washington, Giants. All right, let's go to our alternate screen here and see what's left here with the Raiders coming up on the clock. With the Raiders coming up on the clock, we'll go away from this screen. We'll go away from the screen here, and we'll take it to this draft tracker here. And let's see what's out there. Let's see what's out there. So I heard someone mention quarterback for the Raiders, but I think we're past that. Let's bring them up, though, and see who's left. So we've got Kyle Trask out of Florida, Davis Mills out of Stanford, and Kellen Mond out of Texas A&M. If the Raiders decide to go, what do you think they should draft, Robert? What should the Raiders draft here? Let's see what it looks like here. Maybe they'll tell us what the Raiders need. Morig says Stephen Laughlin. Well, that's kind of a worthless screen. What the hell? We got stuck here. So as far as value that's out there, the Jeremiah Owusu is out there, the linebacker. He's still out there. He was graded 6.82. And then running backs, Travis Etienne's still out there. Barmore's still out there. The defensive tackle, Najee Harris. Christian Darrisaw, the offensive tackle. 2 edge rushers, Kwity Paye and Jason Owa. Yep, you did say Darrisaw. I saw that. So those are the ones that are up here right at the top. Yeah, Parsons went, RM. Parsons went. I'll show you where. Parsons went to 12 to Dallas. He's a Cowboy. Mickey is hyping up Darrisaw for the Raiders. So Zaven Collins, the pick by the Cardinals. I didn't see that. But they pair him up with that Simmons that they got last year. Oofta. Queso says the Raiders are trying to screw the Vikings by taking Christian Darrisaw. How could they be trying to screw the Vikings? The Vikings were the ones that traded down. The Vikings traded down. How are the Raiders screwing them?
20th overall again, but Matt Jones just fell to the New England Patriots. 15th overall. So the Patriots game that
the Vikings were the one that traded down. I'll be right back.
And so you're looking at the draft's inner circle, presented by Subway. These fans have been chosen by each of the 32 clubs to serve as draft ambassadors and to further the NFL's efforts in promoting the importance of getting the COVID-19 vaccine. All of these folks have been fully vaccinated. All right, the Raiders. There's Mayock. He's stalking around. He's got the pick. Why they wait? Can they just make the pick already or what? Because, Mike, we're waiting for an orangutan to make the announcement just for you.
The chance that Mayock has the volume up on that TV is 0%.
0.0. He's locked in. Not a single heavy-legged waist bender in the bunch. They've all got great ankle flexion. They're all quicker than fast, right?
All right, they're talking about the Raiders' first-round picks the last two drafts. Ruggs, Arnett, Farrell, Jacobs, and Abram. And they got another one.
If I see the chip before the top, I'm walking off.
Oh, man. What do you think the Raiders are going to do?
Steelers signed quarterback Mason Rudolph to a one-year contract extension.
Or Jeremiah Wusu-Koroma, the Notre Dame linebacker who would be a great fit in Gus Bradley's defense. Trevin Merrick, the safety from TCU, is the best safety in the draft class. And then we haven't had an edge rusher. So Kwity Paye and Jalen Phillips are both sitting out there. I have Kwity Paye as my top guy.
Is there any chance they're thinking offensive line with all the changes?
Kwity Paye to the Vikings would be nice. Kwity Paye to the Vikings would be a nice deal. But we're way the hell down there now.
Everything screams defense. I just wonder about that O-line.
Yeah, I mean, 2 corners in the line.
Jacobs was the only one that lived up to first-rounder expectations.
A lot of talented defensive players on the
Dodgers apparently have done something.
Comes out of the Mike Mayock, John Gruden.
Hey, I told you all the Vikings were going to trade down. I told you that at the beginning of this draft.
17th pick in the 20.
Here's the Raiders. They're going to get that edge rusher.
The Las Vegas Raiders select Alex Leatherwood, tackle, Alabama.
Leatherwood, the tackle from Alabama, is the pick for the Raiders. 6'4", 312. Experience with quick feet.
Some struggle with him. He's played a lot of football in Alabama. Started
1 to 2. Okay, gotcha.
You see there on the bottom, open skate. There's some technique.
35 Berzerkers up in here, up in here.
And allows some pressure. He needs to clean that up. It showed up at the Senior Bowl. When he gets his hands on you, he's powerful. He's strong. He's going to be the first one off the bus.
Yeah, I got it.
What you want. The guy
Oh, dear Lord, says Steven.
He's got long arms. He's a good finisher. He plays physical. He saw a lot of the top rushers.
Mr. Viking, they're on pick. They are on pick number 18, the Miami Dolphins.
He was my 60.
Now, the Raiders just picked Alex Leatherwood.
It was a little bit earlier than I had him coming off the board, but obviously they've found some traits now.
I'm doing good, Aiden. Thanks for asking, buddy.
Brown went back to New
New England.
Steven says that was a reach by the Raiders.
Would be Brandon Parker, coach from North Carolina A&T. I think that Leatherwood would be plugged in.
No, I've got the Dolphins up next at 18. The Dolphins are up at 18. Queso Jesus.
That championship culture does make a lot of sense.
This reminds me a little bit of Seattle taking James Carpenter years ago. We didn't see that coming, but they saw the fit for what they do. This must be what Mike Mayock and John Gruden see with the Raiders.
I don't know what's going on in baseball right now, folks. Dodgers lose tonight, says Nico.
Come off the board in the second round. I mean, he's not going to be a good player, be a solid starter in this league. I thought there was a chance maybe in a trade back you could have got a little extra assets there and get.
Raider draft room looks happy.
But again, played a lot of football in Alabama. They feel comfortable with the pick. They feel like
Yeah, he's struggling, Will.
on this offensive line to protect Derek Carr.
He is struggling, my man.
Anticipated.
And how many times did we sit here with Mike Mayock and him say, when a team has conviction about a player, when they get taken, doesn't really matter. That tells me that the Raiders had conviction about Leatherwood as their right tackle day one.
5 of the first 17 players, Alabama Crimson Tide players.
Y'all, I'm 5 subscribers away. 5 subscribers away from 4,500. We've literally gained no subscribers.
You're kind of shocked.
Come on.
I mean, Clara won with the fourth.
Come on, man.
I know a lot of people want to see it.
Last year with Damon Arnett was a little bit earlier than
Come on, man.
what they want in their players. They don't have to scout for the other
Hit the subscribe button, give the video a like.
Raiders, and they feel like this is a good fit.
Well, the Miami Dolphins kind of rushed to the podium, it seems. They already put the pick.
All right, pick is in.
Their second pick of the night. This is their own draft choice. Washington football.
Pick is in for the Dolphins. What do you think, Chad? What do you think?
They were hoping somebody might fall potentially. And that did not happen. And then the Giants are on the clock because they traded down from 11 to 20 so the Bears could come up and make the first big move of the night for Justin Fields. What do you
Round 1, pick 18, pick in for the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins already picked in this draft, did they not?
No, again, all those edge rushers.
No, this is where they traded down. The Dolphins traded down to this pick.
You got to take a pass rusher. Kwity Paye's out.
Good night, Mickey.
Phillips is out there.
And the Giants, we thought, might want a receiver early. They've moved back, so there are plenty of edge rushers for them still available. Let's see what the Dolphins do here.
Let's go.
I think Jalen Phillips is the best one.
He's the most talented.
He's the most talented one for me.
All right. Let's go back out there.
Queso said Zaven Collins is a big maybe here.
Covers everybody. They've done it all tonight, quite frankly.
LJ says they took Waddle earlier.
All right, everybody. Here's the second pick of the night for the Dolphins.
Oh, yeah, Waddle at 6. I didn't see that.
2021 NFL Draft. The Miami Dolphins select Jalen Phillips, defensive end, Miami.
Defensive end, they keep it at home. They keep it home. Jalen Phillips, the edge rusher out of Miami. 6'5", 260, natural rusher, loose and flexible. Montez Sweat is his player comparison.
Issues that teams had to get comfortable.
All right, Steven, we'll see you, buddy.
At some point in time, you just got to take him. He's too talented. His athleticism shows up when you see him in space. His ability to redirect, get guys on
The Washington football team is on the clock at 19.
rush. We talk about him being the most accomplished and polished pass rusher. He doesn't stop. Not only can he bend at the top of his rush, he shows you the effort to trace. Here he retraces his steps. He's got a GPS for the quarterback to be able to come back underneath and finish the play and have one of the best pass rushing pro days. When you talk to the coaches that were at this workout, said it was as impressive as any pro day they've been to. He helped himself there, and that's why he's the first edge rusher off the board.
I don't talk a lot about high school when it comes to NFL draft.
This guy transferred to Miami from UCLA after the 2018 season.
This guy returned.
Hey, what's up, Carlos?
I've never seen a guy who's a defensive pass rusher.
What's up?
Punt return. He returned one for a touchdown.
42 quarterback pressures in 2020, tied for 7th most in the Power 5 schools.
The pocket collapses on his side. Repeatedly over and over and over again. Jay, I'll give you a text later tonight. Good luck, man. Out there in the Redlands, California. So, yeah, Miami.
So the Washington football team on the clock. The consensus pick for them here was Barrymore, and Jeremiah Owasa Karamoa was the expert's pick.
Against the Dolphins. Give me someone named Jalen. They did it twice.
Washington, Giants, Colts are the next 3 picks.
On the clock.
All right, so we're headed to a commercial break, ladies and gents. We were headed to a commercial break. Hey, my social media is scrolling on the bottom of your page there. Give us a follow. Valhalla Sports Talk on Facebook, Valhalla Sports on Twitter, Valhalla Sports Talk here on YouTube, Valhalla Sports Talk on whatever that was, and Instagram, Valhalla Sports Talk, Twitch, Valhalla Sports Talk. That's what I missed. Phones a buzzing. That's their fantasy league. Everybody hyped. A lot of Patriots fans in that league. So they're all hyped. Sports Fury doing well. They got a 1.5 thousand up in there. Up against all the big boys on the YouTube tonight. Up against all of them. I could have done the safe thing and done a Dodger stream. Gained about 30 subscribers. But I love the NFL draft. I love it. Joe Borok says, it's been so long that I'm bored as heck waiting for our pick. Bills Mafia. No problem, Joe. No problem. That's what happens when you got a good football team, man. 12 picks away from the Bills. Queso Jesus says Christian Darrisaw, Jeremiah, I can't say that dude's name. Jenkins, all possibilities here for Washington. I saw them talking about that Owusu Karamoa for them to pair with the fellow they drafted last year, that beast that they drafted last year. All the running backs are out there, Eternal Chongo. All the running backs still left. Queso won't get his most anticipated draft pick until tomorrow. Let's try to find that screen that shows who's available. Let's do that real fast. About the time I think about doing it, they'll get back here, though. All right, so we'll do that in a second. The pick is in for the Washington football team. Pick is in for the Washington football team. How many trades we have tonight? 2?
Presented by Lexus.
2?
So the Giants initially picking 11, traded down
3 picks in the first round.
And take Justin Fields. They'll be the last NFC East team to choose tonight. The winners of the division, the Washington football team, coming.
All right, here goes the defending NFC East Division champions, Washington, the Washington football team.
On the offensive line, linebacker, something Ron Rivera always likes as well. Guess one of those 2 areas.
All right, let's see here. Who the Washington football team is building quite a young, studly group in the NFC East. Who they're going to add to that mix.
With the 19th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Washington football team selects Jamin Davis, linebacker, Kentucky.
Davis, the linebacker out of Kentucky, 6'3", 234. Good at mirroring the tight ends. Twitched up. Darius Leonard is his comparison. Darius Leonard of the Colts.
I saw Darius Leonard when I popped on his tape. He's tall, he's long, he's a little bit skinny. But this dude,
Mirror tight ends. Man, I had a hard time saying that.
this is from the next gen stats.
Next up, New York Giants on the clock. New York Giants on the clock.
We'll get to that in a minute. Let's just let's go to the XL. All right, here we go. Jamin Davis, you see the long limbs, they show up his ability to get off blocks. You see it when he closes, he just engulfs guys with his arms. The range is real. This is somebody that flew at his pro day, ran in the 4.4s. He gets from A to B in a hurry.
All right, let's see what's going on here.
Again, the space, it disappears.
Overall, right? Overall prospects.
He'll show up down here in the red zone. You also see it in the middle of
Owasu, the juniors, 6.82 grade,
This is my favorite play of his.
is the highest rated player, a linebacker.
Working down the
Etaine, the running back, 6.71 still out there.
and it's a house call, so I'm spoiling.
Barrymore, the Alabama defensive tackle, 6.50 still out there.
Yeah, they went back to
Najee Harris, the running back out of Alabama, 6.46.
To me, this
Christian Darrisaw, the offensive tackle, 6.45.
film to watch.
Probably who the Vikings have their eye on.
Quick, explosive. You saw him close. There's a thing that linebackers have a great feel for.
Kwity Paye, the edge rusher,
Or fast enough to play from
6.44. That might be the Giants pick.
This guy can do it either way. It gets you up out of your seat. He makes plays all over.
And Jason Away, the edge rusher, 6.44. Those are all the ones on the first page.
Football team that we saw today on Twitter. It was Tahoe the dog who ran a 40-yard dash as posted.
But I'm going to pull up just for the Vikings' sake, because we know Zimmer. These quarterbacks.
Washington here and use this platform here as Ron Rivera.
Greg Newsome II, a junior, 6.40 grade.
In support of Run Rich Run and Dan and Tanya Snyder.
Queso says I'm going to bounce that to the Vikes. That's all right, buddy.
And thank the Washington football team and congratulate
That's all right.
and thank them for their generosity in support of Run Rich Run.
How about a defensive end for the Vikes?
Quite a bit over the next couple of days. Now the Giants are on the clock.
These defensive ends, they're all still there. 6'3", Payton Turner.
Didn't get a chance to mention it when they made the trade.
Yes.
They didn't get fleeced.
Deo Odenigbo, the senior defensive end out of Vanderbilt.
They didn't get fleeced on this. He got a nice return.
All that, and you know that there are right turns in some NASCAR races now, so everyone wins. Everybody's got it.
The Giants received a 5th-round choice this year.
Kyle Trask still out there.
And a 4 next year. And they moved down 9 spots. And who do you think?
What about this offensive line? We hear that all the time. OT for the Vikings. Darrisaw. I would think the Vikings would be elated if Darrisaw is still sitting there.
What do you think, Daniel?
It's interesting because where they were picking, we were looking at the Bama wide receivers. So, you know, you've got some Elijah Moore still out there from Ole Miss.
What do you think, folks? 23 Berzerkers up in here.
From Minnesota. So if they want to go wide receiver, there's a pretty good stack of players still left there.
But what about the edge rusher?
And there's still, again, we've only had one edge rusher.
Still Kwity Paye. You know, he's already got an outstanding Michigan Wolverine on that defense. So
You still think Darrisaw?
It's one of the best young defenses in the NFL, what they've built there with the Giants.
Well, the Giants definitely came on strong in the second half of last season and made a run for the division title. And you know, Daniel Jones, they're going to eventually be.
I'm telling you, man, when I go into drafting, and obviously I'm not a pro, but when I go into drafting, I always try to get
A little bit more with
the top at his position that's available.
Moore. He's been talking about.
And when you have these running backs like Etaine and Najee Harris sitting there,
His neighborhood, too, we're going to see him come off the board here.
I know we got Cook, folks. I know we got Cook.
Tennessee. I definitely don't think he gets past the Green Bay Packers.
But wow, you got to look at him.
That they might actually take a wide receiver in the first round. He would be
Madison says this time last year was just her and I in here. I think you're right.
45 Park Avenue headquarters.
It might be just you and I in a minute the way it's going.
Side of Selection Square, and what that means is that's tip the cap to Ken Fiore.
What about these wideouts? Who's left on the wideout side?
Picks coming here, and then they are processed. The trades are processed, and then we find out.
Elijah Moore still sitting out there, folks, on the wide receiver side. Elijah Moore out of Mississippi.
Rap sheet, what do you have, sir?
Rich, one of the biggest names still on the board is Caleb Farley. Would have been the top corner taken had he not had 2 back surgeries, the most recent coming during.
All right, pick is in, folks. Pick is in for the Giants.
This week, based on his information, Farley would go in the top 20. You're getting dangerously close to that not happening now. It's really about how comfortable unbelievable do teams feel.
Pick is in for the Giants. 120.
Teams to watch here.
120 is the pick. Round 1, pick 20.
He's taken a couple injured players in his past, and the New Orleans Saints in the corner.
Ian Rappaport inside the Browns' home, the stadium that's right across the street from the draft hall that's built right on the shores of Lake Erie. So the Giants have made the choice, and the Colts are now a minute into pick number
Colts on the clock.
1 here in Ohio. The Giants, the last NFC East team for the night. The Jets.
Colts, Tennessee, Minnesota. Next 3.
So the Jets have already picked twice before. The Giants have selected the Colts at MetLife. After the Giants picked the Colts, Titans, Vikings, who swapped down with the Jets.
Trevor Lawrence got his jersey. He probably had that before today.
With the Jaguars following up with their second selection of the night. And we are all eyes peeled. What's going on the draft stage right there?
That chair's looking a little more comfortable than the one I'm sitting in right now.
Is that right? Yeah. Well, some dude in the line of Florence.
They're sure taking their time getting the pick up to the stage, though.
Here comes the commissioner of the National Football League. What does he have for Giants fans right here?
If he gives us a little Mick Jagger walk to the stage right now.
You can't play, I can't get no satisfaction.
It's not a good omen. It's not a good omen.
It's like playing Suspicious Minds at a wedding. Good song, but wrong lyrics.
All right, here's the Giants pick.
With the 20th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the New York Giants select Kadarius Toney, wide receiver, Florida.
Kadarius Toney, the wide receiver out of Florida. 5'11", 193. Dynamic running back skills, inconsistent hands, however.
Players in the entire draft. He's built like a running back, and he's got
inconsistent hands.
In his hands. The only concern was he had some drops at the Senior Bowl. That concerns some people, but man, you talk about getting in out of your break. It reminded me a lot of Chad Johnson. When you watch Chad Johnson put his foot in the ground, he just gets out of there so fast. You see it with Kadarius Toney. He's a matchup nightmare, especially when he gets his foot in the ground. He just gets away from people.
He looks like he's a little smaller receiver as well.
Some of these jet sweeps, you see him put him in the backfield. Here he doesn't even do him.
Looks like he's a little smaller.
And once he gets the field, watch, he's like a running back. Just going to bounce off you, pull through tackles, and he's off to the races. So he can do a lot of different things for your offense. You want to just get vertical over the top, he can run by and do that as well. This is a big year for Daniel Jones to evaluate him. They've done their best. They've invested in the offensive line.
All right, so the Colts are on the clock right now, folks.
Saquon Barkley healthy. This has a chance to be a much different offense next season.
And Kenny Galladay, they paid him a ton of money in free agency, so we'll see how it all works out for the New York Football Giants. In 2021, Verizon's announcing Verizon Small Business Days now through May the 7th. Meet with a business specialist and get limited time offers. Learn more at verizon.com/small-business. 6 minutes until the Colts pick.
All righty, folks. So the Colts got 6 minutes. 6 minutes before their pick is due. Let me go to this alternate screen here. We'll put up the picks thus far, and we'll show the Giants on the clock. Yeah, the Dodgers get the L today. 23 up in here. I'll be right back, folks. All right, folks, I'm back. So I guess it's not all horrible news. I mean, last year when we did the draft stream, we ended up with about 150 total views over an entire year. It looks like we'll probably hit like 1,000 between the two streams tonight. The Dodgers fans in the chat, drowning their sorrows. Rough stretch for our Dodgers, folks. Rough stretch. I thought they were going to come out of it after that offensive output yesterday. Apparently I was wrong. What's up, Eric? How you doing, buddy? All right, let's get back to it.
Pause for a message now from Russell Wilson, this year's winner of the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award presented by Nationwide.
There were like 3 or 4 total, Madison.
In so many communities around the country. My family and I are honored to be able to carry on Walter's legacy.
All right, pick is in for the Colts. Pick is in for the Colts.
The Land Youth Foundation has been helping tackle the issues of hunger and supporting children and families in need. These issues are more important today than they ever have been.
Russell Wilson won that 2020 Walter Payton Man of the Year, and he's giving a little message here before we hear the pick. 1.21 is the pick.
Some key issues at the intersection.
You got the Colts picking here, then Tennessee, followed by Minnesota.
In communities. You can get involved by visiting NFL.com/draft-a-thon.
Well done, Russ. And congrats on winning that prestigious award at NFL Tom Honors this year. Colts take who do you think? TJ, what do you think they need? What's on the board?
You look at offense and defense. You look at a gaping hole at left tackle when Costanzo retired, so you got to fill that spot. I've heard they were looking for a edge rusher to put outside of DeForest Buckner. So to me, those are the 2 areas. We've got edge rushers there. We've still got a deep tackle class. See if that informs their decision.
For me, is no matter when they decide to do it, keep Quentin Nelson.
Vikings praying that Darrisaw gets to him, I imagine.
Nelson play left tackle? Yes. But he's going to go get a gold jacket at guard.
Yeah, I can't think of it either. I'd have to look it up, Madison.
Play left tackle.
I'd have to look it up.
Later in the draft.
Yeah, you just said there's a lot of guys now. There's a lot of guys right in this period. Yeah, one of the pieces of news that didn't make much because it's like, we get it, was the Colts announcing they picked up the 5th-year option of Quentin Nelson.
Yeah, a decent decision, I guess.
So the Colts lost the 2020 AFC wild card to the Bills.
That's why you do business.
Phillip Rivers, of course, has retired.
Pick up his 5th-year option.
You pick up the 5th-year option like he picks up defensive linemen in this league.
And throws him out of the clock.
Quickly.
Right? So the Titans are on the clock after the Colts. And the Jaguars will then come up and take their second choice. As we all know, the Houston Texans, they don't even have a 2. I saw their card in my stack and it was just like, whoa, that starts.
Colts need offensive line just like the Vikes.
Draft choice stacks start with a 3, but smoke them if you got them there in Houston. And the Colts are about to make this choice. Right?
Colts needs their offensive line, defensive line, tight end, cornerback, wide receiver. So they're kind of just like the Vikes.
Right now, by the way, are less
Finished second in turnover differential in 2020 at a +10.
They're staring at
Round 1, pick 21.
I think they saw what Kingsbury had last year. They had enough of that.
They flexed on Cliff with this.
Like, we see your bond layer and we'll raise you with a Malibu beach house.
All right, here comes the commissioner. He's checking in for the fan that's sitting in his old chair, and he heads up to the podium with the pick.
Here's the Colts pick.
With the 21st pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Indianapolis Colts select Kwity Paye, defensive end, Michigan.
Kwity Paye goes to the Colts. One of their needs. Explosives, stack and shed. Frank Clark is the comparison. 6'2", 261, edge rusher out of Michigan.
Frank Clark when he was coming out of school.
Nathan, I think Rodgers has put the Packers in a little bit of a bind here, dude. They can't really do anything with him until June 1st. The difference is about $10 million. So I think probably June 1st, they'll know that he's going to hold out because he's that guy. He will hold out. Well, let's ask him. Hey, Rogers, are you going to hold out? Oh, you hate the Packers too? Oh, okay, Mr. Rogers. Yeah, I think they're going to probably trade you after the June 1st deadline. Yeah, they'll probably talk to Vegas. Vegas for sure. I mean, I would think Gruden would be way hyped. I would think Gruden would be way hyped. Yeah, we can't ask him. He just talks to me. What is that? Telepathy or whatever? That's how he talks to me. But yeah, he's probably going to get traded. But it won't be till after June 1st. I don't think. But what do I know? What do I know? All right, Tennessee next on the clock here.
That's something Chris Ballard has always wanted. He wants defensive linemen, and he wants that defense to play.
Tennessee Titans, offensive linemen too. So all these teams the Vikings traded behind need offensive linemen.
And this reminds me a little bit of a Bill Polian pick. Big Ten guy playing.
Well, I mean, it's a possibility to the Broncos too. I'm just telling you. I'm just saying that it's a big money difference. If the Packers were to trade him now, they've got like $30 million of dead cap. If they trade him after June 1st, I read that it's like $20 million.
That was one of the biggest plays in the Super Bowl.
Give or take $1 million.
Tom Brady's hand. Oh, obviously the great.
Give or take $1 million, you know.
Quarterback. That's why Compton there.
Ain't no thing but a chicken wing in the NFL when you're talking about millies.
College football on Fox, sitting next to Gus Johnson, and he's part of our crew this week. Joe.
But Kwity Paye goes off the board there. That's
My voice so much is because I call
kind of who I wanted.
My misery. Tell me about Kwity Paye.
The rumor case, though, is that the Vikings are, if the Broncos end up with a quarterback in this draft, the Vikings will immediately call them and try to get luck.
Their year. And late in the game when they needed the defense to just shut things down, he became a monster on 3 consecutive plays. He gets to the quarterback with that motor, but then he
For $10 million, Nathan, I would probably wait till June 1st.
down and he gets to the quarterback. Then he uses
They might think they could talk him out of it.
his hips flip. Oh my gosh.
They might think that they can talk him out of it. LJ says Titans need a wide receiver.
Here's a comparison on
Corey Davis left for the Jets. Let's see who's out there on the wide receiver side.
3-4 outside linebacker that's stocky. Can
Let's see who's out there on the wide receiver side.
Kwity Paye is a heck of an edge rusher.
Yeah, with Darius Leonard also in that mix. The Forest Buccaneers.
So what do you think, LJ? Elijah Moore?
Just hit him up on.
Elijah Moore, Terrence Marshall Jr. Man, if the Vikes could pair up our guy with Elijah Moore, I would be hyped.
Tenuous week for Michigan pass rusher Kwity Paye. He had a health scare. Actually, a couple weeks ago, his heart condition was red flagged at the combine, leading his agents at CAA, Jimmy Sexton.
So that's why this pay dropped a little bit, because of a heart condition.
Clear. My understanding was he had high troponin levels in his heart that was caused by his.
Nathan willing to give up a bag of chips for Rodgers.
After these tests, he was
That's not nice.
cleared, remained on teams.
LJ likes Bateman. You like Bateman for the Vikes?
Very much here. So, there he is. Kwity Paye. Look at him. Congratulations to him. A National Football League player, Indianapolis Colt there in Denver, Colorado. Excited to be part of this whole National Football League.
So on the big board here, on the big board.
Right now, with less than 2 minutes to go.
Oh no, not that one. My bad. Let's go back to these other ones.
Good stuff, man. So
On the big board, the highest one is this Jeremiah Owosu,
we're going to do with less than 2
the
minutes.
linebacker.
I look at offensive line.
And then we got a couple running backs.
And then defensively,
Barrymore out of Alabama, the defensive tackle.
but they could get some reinforcements. We had that offensive run early. I think we could see a defensive run here with some.
The Vikings can get locked for a bag of chips. I figure like a 6th or a 7th. We got a lot of them.
I think that's pushed them down to this point. Could push some of them out of the first round.
Oh, come on, DOD. Come on, man.
Here to pick from.
And there could be a question.
Come on, man.
What's their conviction on a corner like Caleb Farley? Because remember, this is the Titans team that took Jeffrey Simmons knowing that he wouldn't be available maybe for the entire first year. He came about 3/4.
Tennessee got about a minute left. That's usually when there's a trade that occurs, isn't it? Don't we usually get a trade when it gets down this low?
The best film of
name these quarters.
Queso said a case of beer for luck.
Hopefully he's healthy. Hopefully the back thing is something that's taken care of. But he's
I think if they get a quarterback, they'll trade him for like a 6 or 7. 31 Berzerkers up in here. Welcome to Valhalla Sports Talk's coverage of the 2021 NFL Draft.
Exactly. I think this is the Elijah Moore window. It's neighborhood. Elijah Moore, I don't know which house he's
Will Go Lightly says it's in. Pick is in. That's correct, Will. Let's go.
To me, when you look at what you were just talking about there with Caleb Farley, coach, he's a top 7 or 8 player in the entire draft if he has a clean
The pick is in.
corner off the board. I highly doubt
That usually means about 5 minutes later we actually get them on the stand.
he's healthy. It's a tremendous value at this point in time.
Well, it's
Luis says Mac Jones got the best deal out of all the quarterbacks.
touching me, touching you. And the singer looks just
All right, so they're playing Sweet Caroline. That'll get me a copyright strike without a doubt. Or a warning at least. We got 32 up in here. 22 picks into this deal. Madison, just go bring up the stream and look at it.
I'm kind of speechless right here. I'm going through all these greatest hits of the house band. 8 minutes and change for the Minnesota Vikings, who were on the clock earlier at 14th overall, but they swapped out so the Jets could go up and take Alijah Vera-Tucker, the guard out of USC.
Barrymore's the pick, Joe. We're thinking Barrymore.
So let's
Barrymore, the defensive tackle out of Alabama.
find out what we've got for the Tennessee.
But I'm thinking Darrisaw. I think they'll go Christian Darrisaw, the offensive tackle out of Virginia Tech.
Will the commissioner join in right now?
Darrisaw will be the pick.
Here you go.
And they're doing Sweet Caroline, so I got to stop. Because that bump, bump, bah will get you, for sure, will get you a copyright warning.
It seems so good.
Jesus, give us the pick. DOD says they need to take a tackle. Darrisaw, man. A lot of people had us taking Darrisaw at the position we were at before.
Second pick in the 2021 NFL.
Here's the Titans pick.
The Tennessee Titans select Caleb Farley, defensive back, Virginia Tech.
Farley goes off the board. A quarterback, Mike Zimmer, cries a little.
And again, fluid and fast.
Zimmer cries a little. 6'1", 197. Fluid and fast, short area quickness. Chris McAllister is the comparison.
Big corners that are this fluid and this smooth, Charles.
And you know something, DJ?
Philip Choi says, get the offensive lineman for Virginia Tech.
If I go Cops, remember Bobby Taylor?
Christian Darrisaw, that's who you're talking about, Philip.
Taylor out on the edge. Well, Caleb Farley with it has speed to go along with it. Plus, remember, he's only played essentially one season.
So Darrisaw was one name I mentioned at the pick they had before.
When he got there, I can't believe they're doing this with Kirk. This
Am I wrong there? Let me go look real quick.
Bobby Taylor snatched that one, take it to the house. That length, that ability to play the ball and get involved. That's what I like about Caleb Farley.
It's already coming out. We're here to talk about quarterbacks.
Yeah, there were people that picked Darrisaw to go up near 15. So could the Vikings trade
I
down
think it went back to yesterday when you talked about
from 14 to 23 and still get their guy?
I figured DJ probably picked the film for you. DJ likes to do that too.
That was not warm touching warm. I gotta be honest with you. That was not at all.
There was no
You can't believe what?
Not reaching out.
But this kid.
We were swaying together 1 minute. Next time we throw it, Kurt. Back over the bus.
Virgil Rosa Laura says, let's go Vikings. Vikes on the clock, folks.
Farley, remember, he couldn't come because of COVID.
So Caleb Farley having to celebrate at home.
Vikes on the clock.
Tested positive for COVID. He's asymptomatic. That's his new team.
Maybe you just need to let it go, Madison. Let it go. What does it matter?
The hometown team on the clock.
Rob says the Vikings need offensive line. Well, yes, they do, Rob. Yes, they do. Vikings have drafted more players than anybody in the NFL in the past few seasons. 5:09 remaining on the clock. Kirk Cousins threw for 35 touchdown passes in 2020. That was a career high. Cook, 1,557 rush yards, 16 touchdowns, second in the NFL in 2020. Jefferson, 1,400 receiving yards in 2020, most by a rookie in the Super Bowl era. So we've got a running back, we've got a quarterback, we've got a wide receiver. Philip says, I can't believe Darrisaw dropped this far. Well, he's sitting there for us. 33 Berzerkers up in here. Vikings on the clock. Minnesota Vikings on the clock, y'all. You aren't a Viking fan unless you have a Minnesota Viking Hutch football. Just saying. I'm just saying, ladies and gentlemen. Unless you have a Viking Hutch football from your childhood, you're not a real Viking fan. Well, you can be. I'm just teasing. With a good offensive line, Cousins can throw 45 touchdowns. I agree. I agree. All right, we brought Bobblehead Francis to the stream, y'all. Bobblehead Francis making an appearance just like he does in every Minnesota Vikings game day stream. Last year we did every Vikings game here on the channel. Watch party streams for the Vikings every Sunday, Monday, whatever they played, we did every one of them. The pick is in. According to the ticker on the bottom, they are still in a commercial break, though. Still in a commercial break, but the pick is in for the Vikings. 1, 2, 3. Round 1, pick 23. Still in a commercial break, folks. Queso says that Aaron Rodgers is going to the Nets. Joe Borowick says, when you're in doubt, take a tackle. You can't go wrong. Philip Choi says they could take Jeremiah Owusu. Would be a nice pick, too. Yep. And Dodd says it better not be defense. Crazy Mofo says, good luck with your pick. Thanks, dude. Still in a commercial break, but the pick is in, apparently. Man, longest commercial break ever. What's going on Twitter, Queso? Queso says he's going to go defense. Well, that cornerback just went off the board, so that was a worry. Thanks, Sleeping Angels. We're trying, buddy. We're trying here.
Sorry. Sorry.
Better not be a defensive player. 36 up in here, up in here. Come on, are we ever going to get back from this commercial?
Even social media came back and very well done.
Vikings have drafted 15 players in 2020, the most by any team since 1994.
We'll take it from here once it's done.
I don't think he's ever been on camera, Madison. You can't pick him up. He'll bite the shit out of you.
Alex Leatherwood, 17.
He was in the pool stream, though.
First round draft choices for the first time.
People are spoiling.
Najee Harris is still out there.
They could be more. Pile on. Here's the Vikings pick.
All right, here's the Vikings pick.
23rd pick in the 2021 NFL Draft. The Minnesota Vikings select Christian Darrisaw.
There we go. Let's go. There we go. So we move down, recoup 2/3 for our trouble, and end up getting a guy that was probably on our radar in the first place.
I believe that's where he will play at the next level.
We end up picking up 2 picks there and end up getting the guy we probably could have, many people had projected going to us at our original pick at 14. So here we go. Vikings still have 10 picks remaining in this draft.
Work up to the second level. Locate, hit, and seal.
Vikings still have 10 picks remaining in the draft.
Once you get out in space, let's see them all those last.
Good pick, says JB Sports. Good pick, says Sleeping Angels.
You see flashes of it like
A left tackle, says Dodd. Nice.
just throw guys on the ground.
Yep. LJ, he did it perfect there. That's why I like Spielman. I can't stand Zimmer, but I don't mind Spielman.
It's a deep tackle. I think at this point in time to be able to get this player.
And he literally has ammunition to move up and down this draft board for the rest of this draft.
It's a pure left.
All right, Queso, we'll see you next time, buddy.
This guy's going to play right away. He grows on you as he wants.
I'll be back on tomorrow. I'll be back on tomorrow for rounds 2 and 3.
The guy gave up 0 sacks this year.
Beantown says, good, smart pick, Valhalla. Yep, they moved down all them spots and got the guy that I think they wanted all along.
I'm excited about this one. Now you're wondering why maybe the moves are coming from every single part of this draft all of a sudden. This is what I love about the draft.
All right. Pittsburgh's pick is in, ladies and gentlemen. Pittsburgh's pick is in.
It was exciting. And then there were boos when the Eagles and Cowboys were on the clock. Then we went to Chicago, and there was excitement when the Bears were on the clock. It was before the Patriots.
All right, let's go back to the alternate screen here and see what it looks like, folks.
Dallas, and then Nashville, and now Cleveland. The boos are because the Steelers.
Let's go to this alternate screen here. The picks are in.
And somebody just went up on the stage in a Steelers jersey.
Wow, this is far behind. Why is this so far behind?
They are an 11-win team who bounced the Steelers to the playoff. That's not enough.
LJ says one of the running backs about to go off the board here.
Attitude, you have to appreciate that sort of moxie here in Cleveland, Ohio.
So Steelers pick is in, folks, at 24.
They beat them in the last game.
Darrisaw, the offensive tackle out of Virginia Tech, goes to the Vikes.
1 week later in Pittsburgh. Oh, yeah.
With Kevin Stefanski at home.
Who do you think, LJ?
Frustrating, unfortunately for him. And then they had
I say Ed Ean.
a game against the Kansas City Chiefs, but
Rob says now the Vikings can go after a pass rusher.
They can't run the ball. It's a chicken or egg thing, right? You take
At the end of this at the end of the first round, Vikings fans, I'll get into how many picks they have left, and then we'll take a look at who might be out there for them on day 2. Again, Valhalla Sports Talk will be on tomorrow for day 2 of this NFL draft with the Vikings as our focus.
for the first round break, because we've got back-to-back, so I don't know if that would be.
LJ likes Harris more.
So here comes the Pittsburgh.
Here comes the pick for the Steelers. 1.24 is the pick.
With the 24th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Pittsburgh Steelers select Najee Harris.
There you go, LJ. You were on fire, dude. Harris, the running back out of Alabama. 4,624 yards from scrimmage. 6'1", 232, senior.
I mean, Steelers fans have absolutely got to be out of their.
Are you asking about the Vikings, Logan?
Every Steeler fan.
It's right there on the screen, buddy. Christian Darrisaw, the offensive tackle out of Virginia Tech. Christian Darrisaw, the offensive tackle out of Virginia Tech. Many people had him going to us at our original pick of 14. So the Vikes moved down about 10 spots, pick up 2 third-round picks, one of them very close to a second-rounder, and end up getting the guy they were going after all along.
from last year to this year got
I like it, Christian. I like the pick. It's exactly what I expected him to do.
backing because he didn't have an offseason.
I expected they would trade out of that pick and try to pick one later.
Then we saw in 2019. You see the explosiveness here.
43 up in here. Welcome to Valhalla Sports Talk's coverage of the 2021 NFL Draft.
This was one of the more impressive.
Yeah, a lot of people seem to think that Pittsburgh was going to take a running back there, Tommy.
And then runs away from everybody.
Eternal Chongo's looking forward to the Saints pick. Saints 4 picks away. The Jaguars are on the clock right now.
Najee Harris in the passing game. Watch him adjust to this one down the field. Ben Roethlisberger used to have a guy who looked an awful lot like this.
No, I'm not a Patriots fan.
He's a very similar player in passing.
Bobby is, who was just in here.
He's in there. He stays square and he's firm. He's a bigger back. So on third down,
Bobby's a Patriots fan.
with him out in the route, you can keep him in.
From Beantown Breakdown.
Protected. So I was questioning. They need to improve the run game. They do it with an offensive lineman. Do they do it with a back? Because they lost 3 starters on that offensive line. They clearly prioritize the back.
Yeah, and remember they get Zach Banner back. So
Saints exercised the 5th-year option on defensive end Marcus Davenport. Seahawks re-signed defensive tackle Robert Namichi.
and stay right there in Pittsburgh because the size is almost exactly the same. 6'2",
Right, Christian.
both of them
I didn't know why you asked.
runners. And break
I
down.
had no idea why the hell you were asking. But ladies and gentlemen, that pick by the Vikings and bobblehead Francis is shook. Ladies and gentlemen, he's shook.
Really well for them, Coach Shaw, because you get a back that is a similar size, a guy that can wear down defenses when they increase offensive line.
LJ says Eddie is going to go here. Clemson boys stay together. So Jacksonville going to get the franchise quarterback and pick up the best, what many rated as the best running back in this draft.
I know Left Bell had some great
Best quarterback rated in the draft and best running back rated in the draft.
being rolled downhill in a Pittsburgh Steelers offense. That makes
Yeah, I'm not thinking that, Christian, at all.
in the first 24 picks,
I'm not thinking Aaron Rodgers to be a good choice for the Vikes at all.
25% of the first round so far. Alabama
Been there, done that, buddy. Been there, done that.
2004 record for
Bad mojo. Bad mojo.
first round.
Only ends in heartbreak.
School, I give you the floor.
I talked to David Castro this week, gosh, a couple weeks ago, and this is right.
I can't stand Viking fans that walk around with Brett Favre jerseys on. I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to lie. It bothers me.
This is right at the
Because that dude's a Packer. Always has been.
So, the Jacksonville Jaguars are on the clock for and change their second pick of the night. Jaguars, when we come back,
Russell Wilson I'd be happy with. Hell yeah.
it's right behind him. That'll be a lot of moves, too.
Fran Tarkenton 2.0. All right, let's see what's going on here. People slandering me in my fantasy league there, saying I love the Packers. They're wrong. I hate them. Hate them. Madison gonna go to Disneyland. Nice. That's cool, Madison. That's cool. All right, so we're checking the internets here. We'll be lucky to get to 1,000 views. And we literally picked up 0 subscribers. Wow. Yeah, it's been a long time, DOD. Been a long time. Still the best quarterback we've ever had, though. That's a little sad. That's a little sad. Big Play Slay says the Eagles are Houdini in this draft. Why didn't they literally made one pick, didn't they? Devonta Smith. What did the Eagles do that's so special? All right, let's go. Pick 1, 2, 5. The pick is in as they head to a commercial. Hey, Valhalla, to Christian for that $2.99 super chat. Thank you so much, Christian. Super sticker, actually. Little thumbs up with a chicken. Yeah, I liked what they did too. Big place lay. You've never been to Disneyland before, Madison? Oh, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. But shout out to Christian Croteau for that $2.99 super chat, super sticker. Christian says, thoughts on Trevor Lawrence and the Jags, because I'm calling a flop. Wrong. Trevor Lawrence is my favorite player in this draft. I've been dreaming about Trevor Lawrence in purple and gold for 3 years. He is going to do just great for Jacksonville. The one I'd be worried about is that guy that got drafted by the Jets. That's the one I'm worried about. The one that got drafted by the Jets. Of course, what do I know? Last year, I was sure that Abear of the Chargers was the bust that was out there. And picked him up in my fantasy league, and I could probably trade him for 2 number 1 picks right now. Just saying. You never know what's going to happen, folks. You just never know. DOD says Lawrence is going to be a bust too. DM, that's the commissioner's chair that he sat in last year when they telecast this from his house. So they brought it from his house, and then they bring a fan up on stage from the crowd. Apparently someone that's been vaccinated, and they bring him up from the crowd, set him in his chair, and then he comes up and says hi to him. Christian says Lawrence will be on the Broncos in a few years. I thought you guys were getting Aaron Rodgers.
He's trying to map it all out. I think the commissioner's coming out and he's going to settle into his chair because the Jacksonville Jaguars, their second pick of the night, and they've already had a fan in his chair. Here we go. Cut the music. Here's the commissioner of the chair.
That feels good.
All right, so the commissioner's back in his chair.
With the 25th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Travis Etienne.
Just as LJ said, LJ is on fire. Travis Etienne, the running back out of Clemson, goes to Jacksonville, and they pair him with the number 1 rated quarterback. So they get what many thought was the number 1 rated running back and the number 1 rated quarterback in the same draft, and they're only 2 picks in.
Has got a heck of a combination.
I would say they could root together if Trevor didn't get married already. That could be a little bit.
And they were teammates in college. Holy crap, I forgot all about that.
But this is somebody that's a complete.
And they were freaking teammates.
This year's draft class, I thought he was a great for an outside zone team.
Man, the Jaguars are going to be fun to watch. I don't care.
You see the contact balance that he has just pulling through tackles. When I talked to Dabo Sweetie about him, he actually compared him to Walter Payton. He went strong.
2-time second team AP All-American, 2-time ACC Offensive Player of the Year.
They split him out this year. You see slant and goes. They can be creative with him, and you can.
You got to like what the Jaguars have been able to do.
Very comfortable doing that at Clemson.
Of course, they traded everybody away in order to do it. Literally traded away their entire team, just about.
It's been the word this year with the quarterback.
Valhalla, holla to Christian for that $1.99 super sticker. He says, cool. Appreciate it, Christian. Appreciate it. So the Jaguars now have Lawrence, Etienne, James Robinson, Marvin Jones, DJ Chark.
Last year, and then DJ Chark.
Etienne, 187 forced missed tackles on rushes since 2018. Thank you so much, Christian. Eternal Chongo says, gonna see a whole lot of Jags fans appear out of nowhere.
To be on the clock.
They gotta do something or they're gonna lose that team to that city.
Team in Cleveland. So let's talk a little
They'll
bit.
be playing in London.
Does right here.
Tim Van Voris says, way to go us. What's up, Tim?
Where do you like them going in this particular?
I think that they need help on the defensive side, personally. I think that they can.
Cleveland on the clock here, folks. Cleveland on the
A
clock.
lot of these guys that are left on the edge have some medical issues. You can look at corner. I don't know.
Well, come on, LJ. What's the pick here now?
That could be a direction they go. There is one guy, my top available defensive player.
What's the pick here now, LJ? Can you go 3 or 4 in a row?
Hybrid player from Notre Dame. Kurt, this guy's a playmaker. If you have a plan for him, I think he can impact the defensive side of the ball in a major way for your team.
And he can fly. I love him in the outside position because what we saw in the football, he would
GM says it would be a travesty if they moved to London.
So that's what's the nice thing about Cleveland is for years.
Eve Garcia says, how do you feel about Justin Fields going to the Bears?
But you look at where their roster is right now.
Spooky if he plays up to his potential.
The best available player. We don't have to reach.
Spooky. It was pretty smooth how they did it.
Where the Browns sit right now. Let's see if the faithful.
LJ says, Cleveland, I got nothing.
So the pick is in, and then
Picks in.
just about to announce the Ravens being on the clock. That shouldn't go over here. Jamar Chase hooked up with Morrow.
Pick is in. Let's see what the needs are for Cleveland.
With Hurts, Travis Etienne with Trevor Lawrence. I don't know if I missed any. I just kind of went up and down here.
Top needs, defensive lineman, cornerback, linebacker, offensive lineman, safety.
He was taken by the Giants. That gave the
Defense hurting bad. Defensive lineman, cornerback, linebacker. LJ.
conference single position in the first round of the NFL draft.
I think part of that has to do against the comfort level with the quality of competition they're playing against. They had a full season to evaluate those guys.
So let's go look at what linebackers are out there as an example. They say you build from your linebacking core, right?
The guys just talked about it. My top-rated player.
There's that Jeremiah Owusu.
Their name is my 15th overall player. So you want to talk
And he's talking about him on the TV there.
they need, and he was staring me right in the face. But my top safety, Trevin Merrick, is also available. So those are my two highest available players who can both step in and help the Browns. The hard part for that one.
What are you? Sam Bunk says if that's what you think, don't watch football. What are you talking about?
They'll get in for the first time, and they acquire John Johnson from the
He ain't going to Minnesota.
spot they go.
We've done that shit before. We're not doing it again.
Win season for the Browns. Playoff season for the Browns. A playoff win season for the Browns. And
All right, so pick in for Cleveland.
for the Browns. And interestingly enough, thanks to there being, 7 teams that got in last year, they were
8:14 remaining on their pick.
they get a third place schedule announced on May 12th.
So we don't need to be there. They're playing that music a little loud back there. I do know that. Yeah, Wilson's not going in either where. I don't believe that. I don't believe he's going anywhere. Rick says they're going to go cornerback here. All right, well, they got some dude on the stage with a pumpkin Browns head.
The Browns made their draft in Cleveland.
All right, so here's the pick.
Pandemic revealed the depths of the digital divide for underserved students across the country. We have partnered with the Education Trust.
Oh, I got you, Sam. You were disagreeing with someone posting who the top 6 teams were.
Maya Tomoto.
Yeah, I'm very happy with what they did, Tony. I think they were brilliant. Move down, get the guy they wanted in the first place, and pick up 2 third-rounders. We've still got 10 picks remaining in the draft.
Not only preparing and distributing computers,
Tomorrow will be a big day for them, though.
how to use them. I'm proud to introduce Maya to make the Cleveland Browns pick.
That's one of the teams he's asking for, Tony. Broncos, Raiders,
What's up, Cleveland?
and Frisco.
Are y'all ready for this? All right.
Here's the Browns pick by this young lady.
Are you guys ready for the best in the land with the 26th pick for the 2021 NFL Draft for the Cleveland Browns? We have Gregory Newsome II.
Greg Newsome II, a cornerback out of Northwestern. Who said they were going cornerback?
The quarterback from Northwestern gives Northwestern football
6'0", 192. Efficient mover, ball skills, durability concerns, however.
That's what Coach Fitzgerald loves to say. Look, this is my fourth corner. He's the fourth corner off the board. He's my 27th player. They get him at 26. He's an efficient mover. He's very smooth and fluid. He had a phenomenal
I agree with you, Sam. Everything you've said so far.
wasted movement when he's in off coverage. He opens up his hips. He gets his foot in the ground.
You wanted the Cowboys to get Horn?
This right.
The Cowboys, I think, outsmarted themselves, man. They traded down, and I think someone moved up and got the guy they wanted.
Way down the field. He also gets
I think the Cowboys wanted that dude that was drafted just in front of him, that Justin.
change of direction coming up here in the flats. Boom.
No.
Yeah.
Let me check it.
He'll work through blocks. You see him here in Iowa.
I don't remember how it went.
Working through the block into the perimeter.
Rick Simmons says, I called it. You did, Rick. You did. Nailed it.
Very competitive.
Nailed it.
Defense last year struggled on third down, and Denzel Ward has missed a lot of time due to injury. Patriots. So they want more depth at that position. They just got it in Gregory Newsome.
All right, so we apparently got the battle in the chat between Sam Bunk and Christian Courteau arguing about what teams are going to be legit this year. But we got 36 in the chat.
After a long and lengthy tenure,
My phone is beeping and buzzing.
he runs a very zone-heavy scheme.
We'll go to this other screen here.
Here's what that means.
Show the Ravens on the clock, but let's look who's left on.
And yet they have their eyes.
Let's look at who's left
He is comfortable with his
of the top-rated prospects. That Jeremiah Owusu still sits out there at linebacker.
because it time to time again.
He still sits out there for Notre Dame.
He's going to fit the personality of the Cleveland Browns so well. Greg Newsome's a heck of a
The other one, Christian
and they're going to love him.
Barmore out of Alabama, the defensive tackle, still sitting out there. He got a 6.50 rating. You got to think old Mike Zimmer's looking at him.
To wrap up night one.
You got to think Zimmer's looking there. And also Jason Oweh, the edge rusher out of Penn State, still sits there with a 6.44 rating. Those are the big names as they go to a commercial. I'll be right back, y'all. I'm back. Turn on my mic that time. Pick is in 1.27 for the Baltimore Ravens. 1.27. Where are they going to go, chat? Where are they going to go, chat? E thinks Mac Jones is going to be a bust. I don't think he is. I disagree with you there, Sam. I think Mac Jones is going to be legit. The one I'm worried about being a bust is that second pick in the draft. That's the one I'm worried about. Alrighty, let's get back to it. Alright, they're playing a Mary J. Blige song. I can't get away with that. Rick thinks we're going linebacker here with this pick for the Ravens. But what a trip. Trevor Lawrence and Travis Etienne reunite with the Jaguars in Jacksonville. The number one rated quarterback and what many said was the number one rated running back joining the same professional franchise from the same college.
I can imagine. You're not even on Twitter.
I'm sure Herb is anymore.
but this is like number 12 peaches. So who knows?
Don't be shocked if the Vikes try to trade back up into here, folks. Don't be shocked if the Vikes try to trade back up into the first round. That is Spielman's MO. He's got the MO to do it.
Oh my goodness gracious. We're just going down.
He has some ammo to do it.
Music industry here.
Give me a little Whitney here. Coach Shaw perked up a little bit more with Whitney than they were Peaches and her. Yeah, different.
Lewis says Wilson is screwed on the Jets. I kind of agree.
We're all fired up and feeling good about Whitney, but here comes the Ravens pick. So here come the Boos. It's about to turn angry real fast.
All right, Ravens are coming up, so the Boo Birds will come out in Cleveland.
Perfect.
With the 27th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Baltimore Ravens select Rashod Bateman, wide receiver, Minnesota.
Man, Bateman goes to the Ravens. Holy free holy, they got some speed on that squad. They have some speed receivers on the Ravens.
There's moments like that in that offense, don't you think?
Yeah, you saw Eric DeCosta.
What's up, Billy Long?
The GM of the Ravens say he was insulted when people were saying they didn't have a great wide receiver group.
Man, they got some speed on the Ravens wide receiver core now.
Pure route runner. You saw him this year more in the slot. You go back to 2019, he was outside, as you see here. I think he's much better on the outside. He's comfortable out there. He's dynamic in and out of the break. He's dynamic off the line of scrimmage.
Who's up next?
Right now, immediately, and go up and high point the football, make adjustments down the field. We talked about giving Lamar Jackson a little bit more.
New Orleans Saints up. Many thought the Saints were trying to move up in this draft. Many thought the Saints were trying to move up. Saints in salary cap hell, folks.
Jackson going to Bateman, and it's safe to say.
And they're at 128. 128 is the pick. The Saints on the clock.
Well done. You like that, Coach Shaw. You like that one. I was outstanding. He brings him on.
Oh, it's going to take a while, Luis, no doubt.
Okay, so let's take a look at the Ravens. Here's the puzzle. Lamar Jackson, John Harbaugh confirmed. He said, I'll do it on your
I liked it, Billy. I liked it, dude. I not only liked the pick, but I liked that they were able to trade down, get more draft capital, and get the guy that they wanted. LJ says Dobbins is going to get so many lanes now to run. Saints, Packers, Bills, Ravens. If they go to a commercial, I'm going to go take a leak. And they do. I'll be right back, yo. Sorry about that, Billy. Or Christian, sorry about that. All right, we're still in the commercial break, folks. Still in the commercial break. Saints on the clock. Pick is in. Even though they're still in commercial. Pick is in, even though they're still in the commercial. Sam says Jags are going to be a team to be reckoned with. I believe in Lawrence, man. It might take him a couple years, but I do believe in Lawrence. 28 Berzerkers in here, and we've got, 4 picks left in this first round. At the end of the first round, I will take a look at the Vikings prospects for tomorrow. What kind of ideas we have for tomorrow's picks. And we will be back on the channel for rounds 2 and 3 tomorrow as well. Even though we pick up no subscribers during this bad boy. 0. Actually lost one, I think. I think we actually lost one. But that's all right. We picked up 50 out of nowhere last night for some reason. All right, let's get back to it. Pick is in, as I mentioned, for the Saints. 12-4 last year, first in the NFC South. They've used their top pick on offensive line in each of the last 2 drafts.
The deuce, as it was called, but I used to show up on it every now and then with a full head of hair. We're back here in Cleveland, Ohio. It is pick number 28 of
Saints have won the NFC South for 4 straight years.
Quite the dramatic afternoon that we'll get to in a second.
Christian says, I sub because you're dope. I got you on notification bell. I like your interaction with the chat. Right on, Christian.
So when you look at the stack, for me, you've got Asante Samuel from Florida State that's still out there. You've got the 2 Georgia corners, Stokes and Campbell.
Sam, if people are Patriots fans and they think that Jones is legit, it's because Belichick, they believe that Belichick is what made Brady.
I don't know if we got a shot of the band as the Saints fans are.
And if Tampa Bay doesn't win that Super Bowl last year, many of us would still believe that.
It's been going higher register and everything like that. Okay, here comes the Saints pick. Let's tone it down, everybody.
But here we go. Here comes the Saints pick.
And here comes the pick of the New Orleans Saints, who are, we're proven to be all over potentially trying to move up.
Have you seen the commission up? Comes out.
Man, they're picking some characters from the crowd to be these fans sitting in the commissioner's chair. They find the biggest character and put him up there in the chair.
There we go. And bring it down.
With the 28th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the New Orleans Saints select Payton Turner, defensive end, Houston.
Damn it, there goes Turner, the defensive end out of Houston. 6'5", 270, speed to power. He's a finisher, and he's a riser.
Went down, he lost a little weight, and you saw the speed to power. There were several teams hoping he was going to make it to them in the early portion of the second round. Payton Turner,
72 overall, athleticism 66, production 73.
body type-wise, is exactly what you see in Payton Turner.
2020 second team all AAC selection.
When he gets to it with backs and quarterbacks.
Marcus Davenport's 50-year option was just picked up in the last 24.
I don't know who's taking Asante. 10.5 tackles for a loss, 5 sacks in 2020. Led Houston in those categories. So the Saints do something about their defense.
Today, throughout the last few weeks that came to light today.
And Rich, it was like a publicity push just to show.
Christian says the Chiefs are going to draft that Asante 100%.
The reality was this has been building for months, but really since the Packers selected
Green Bay Packers on the clock. For the Packers pick, we will bring Mr. Rogers out of the closet. He can hang out up here for this pick. Then he's got to get his ass back in the closet.
Could make Aaron Rodgers happy by taking a receiver in this draft.
I'm going to slide my chair over.
More from Ole Miss is one to consider, or they could take a corner. That's another.
And Rodgers will be joining me for the Packers pick. And the Green Bay Packers pick is in.
I'm not a troll, right? I'm just not a troll. Case in point, I know they took Jordan Love last year. And you take a look at the first round selection since Rodgers has been there. And the people around him, you got Devontae Adams, Big Bobby Tonyan has been terrific. Mercedes Lewis is the only first-round pick he's thrown a touchdown.
Packers have lost the NFC Championship in each of the last 2 seasons.
Just to say, let's just blend it down.
Man, if they picked a quarterback, I would die, Sam. I would literally croak right here on stream.
Who they choose here when it obviously is the fact that Rodgers wants to choose how his career and when it ends. That's what every quarterback that's at the end of his stellar career wants.
What QBs are out there?
I assume that's what this contract is about. It's more news when a quarterback says, I will not restructure my contract, but the quarterback says, okay. So there's something afoot here that may just come down to it.
So obviously the first 5 are off the board. You got Kyle Trask, David Mills, and Kellen Mond sitting out there. If they don't think that
I'm sitting here on the desk, we don't know all the things that
Love is the answer.
But as I said before, you've got a top 3 quarterback who's coming off potentially his best season ever as the league MVP. It wasn't even close. He was the league MVP. And you got to find a way to make it work. You know, he's not happy. Find out what it is. He's sitting here on the desk. That's the guy.
Man, these chiladas give me heartburn.
He's going to make everybody else better. Yeah, I mean, I would queue up a little in excess what you want right now and give Aaron what he wanted here and give him some more help along that on the offense. It seems weird to say that because he's
What if they went wide out here, folks?
plenty of good pieces there.
What if they went and got him his toy?
It's like olive branch time.
Let's see who's left out there on the wide
The
outside.
Green Bay Packers, whatever you got to do to repair this thing, and that could start with
Elijah Moore just sitting out there.
Kurt. What do you
Elijah Moore, Terrence Marshall Jr. from LSU.
A great draft up to this point. Yeah, maybe the biggest drama happened before with all of the stuff with Aaron Rodgers.
What if they go get a wide out here?
Choice here, right?
Try to make him happy. I love Elijah Moore for the Vikes, man. If they could get him, I'd be psyched. Either him or Marshall.
They don't need offensive help. You look at
Either him or Marshall would be legit.
the entire National Football League where they're lacking is creating turnovers on the defensive side. And so for me,
Running back, didn't they either lose their running back or it was real close?
Aren't you a former quarterback?
yes.
Don't listen to him. You can always use help on the offensive side, Rich, especially if you're a quarterback. Give him another playmaker.
But I'm sure Aaron wouldn't mind having the ball either put in the end zone on the
How well do I think the Pats will do this year? I think they're going to struggle. I think the Pats are going to struggle this year, buddy. Because they're going to let Cam play for a while, and he don't got it. All right, let's get back to it.
With the 29th pick in the 2021 NFL
Let's watch for Rodgers' reaction.
Packers select Eric Stokes, defensive back, Georgia.
Oh, a defensive back. DB.
To go and do what Joel said.
And Aaron is angry. Angry Aaron on the set. Bam, 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 bam.
He's got a 4.29. He's got big time makeup speed. A little bit of hit.
Nah, I don't think they're going to a 12-4. They literally have Cam Newton still.
Bigger corner. That was the difference to me between him and his teammate Tyson Campbell. Gave him
Billy Long is all in on Monk if he falls to the 3rd.
being able to read the quarterback.
They're coming up, dude. The Vikings are going to move up into the 2nd here, dude.
Against Missouri. Get your head around
Vikings are going to come up into the 2nd. Don't be shocked if they move up into that first pick tomorrow.
here in the red zone. Get your hands on and be physical. You got to flip your hips here. You see a little bit of rigidity there when he has to.
Joe Borowick says if they don't trade out the Bills, I predict they'll take Asante Samuel Jr. I've seen some other people predict that, Joe.
Tennessee shows up a lot.
It might have been you, though.
And then to me,
I think the Chiefs, in my opinion, the Chiefs are one of the top 3 favorites to win the Super Bowl.
in that draft room,
Period.
it probably was the best thing from a team
I think it starts an hour earlier, Nathan, than it did today.
I thought there was a
An hour earlier tomorrow.
You know, I understand that they don't, like last year again.
So, like,
defensive players.
my time, it'll be 4 o'clock.
Jordan Love was another aspect of the pick that made it a head scratcher. Certainly when the sound of Raheem Mostert
No, I don't. N'Keal Harry was a bust.
was still clanking in the
DK Metcalf is on another level.
It's not even that. It's not just that now, Rick. That was Raheem Mostert 2 years ago. This was Kevin King.
Nah, I'm not buying in on the Patriots. I mean, I guess we'll see what they do in the draft here, but
It's like, okay, good. That's what.
nah, I think last year was the beginning of a fall for them.
They thought he would create the turnovers and the takeaways. He has it. They need someone opposite Valera.
Sorry. I know you just subscribed, but I really think they're a team on the way down.
He is fast, he is long, he's a ball hawk, like DJ said. And this is a passing lead, and you gotta have corners. They got a really good one.
All right, so now we move to the Buffalo Bills, who had their best season since 1995.
But keep in mind, I'm a Patriot hater, though.
And the turnaround for the Bills with Sean McDermott.
I'm definitely a Patriot hater. Wrong beard.
Named GM all in the same year of 2017. They built a core of Pro Bowl caliber players for the draft.
All right, here we go.
3 playoff appearances in the previous
Here we go. Joe's been waiting for this pick all night.
season last year.
3 minutes left.
Playoff win.
Bills made the playoffs in 3 out of 4 seasons under this Sean McDermott.
The man there,
And they're dabbing it up. They're dabbing it up in the Bills' war room.
Well, when you look at their
They're dabbing it up, folks. So they're excited about whatever they did.
on that side of the ball, defensively, they're
They still haven't told us the pick is in, though.
to juice up this pass rush a little bit. The good news is you're going to
What's up, Alejandro? What's up, man?
rush the quarterback. When I look at the edge rushers, I got Rousseau from Miami, I've got Ojulari from Georgia.
Again, we'll do a little review after the end of the first round here. Look at what's coming up for tomorrow. And maybe target some players for the Vikes.
Allen is the dean of AFC East quarterbacks right now. Cam is in year 2, and you've got Tua going to be in year
Man, I've got a whole book to read in my fantasy league, and literally a whole book.
He is this is the team to beat in the AFC East for this year and potentially for a long time to come.
But we've got 30 Berzerkers up in here. We just have a few picks remaining in this first round.
Tough. You saw Joe Douglas go offensive line. I think he realizes they need to try and match the physicality of the Buffalo Bills. They're having an impact on the rest of the division. Used to be the Patriots.
146 remaining on the Bills pick here.
The Patriots. Right now, I think these are.
Don't be shocked if the Vikes move up here, folks.
Mentioned the cornerback position.
I would not be shocked if the Vikes move up here.
Opposite Tre'Davious White. Who's the guy? Right now it's Levi Wallace. Then
I guarantee they are on the phone right now. I guarantee the Vikes are on the phone with both the Bills, the Ravens, and the Bucks. Spielman loves to get 2 first-round picks, and he's got the ammunition to do it. Pick is in for the Bills. Get out of here, Rodgers. Get out of here, Rodgers.
a lot of that was what they wanted to do. Go to the offensive corner, Brian Dable. We were a pass first team, and we mix in the run. That's how they did it. But Zach Moss went off hurt in the playoff game. Devin Singletary didn't jump up in the second year.
Billy says target 1 is Kellen Mond.
Dave Williams in North Carolina. Coach Shaw, you know what those good runners do for you.
Absolutely. Big, physical, and when I watched Javonte Williams, I saw guys leaving trails of bodies behind him.
Sam says the Vikings have always been and will always be a really bad, decent team. I would like to rather say that the Vikings have always been an average or above team. They rarely get to be where they're horrible.
Staring at the Lamar Hunt trophy ceremony going down in front of them.
I think the Vikes still have a window of about 2 years here where we realistically are one of the top 10 teams in the NFL.
And the fact that we're hoping to get as many fans back in the stadium, and that season took place without fans essentially being there until the very end of the playoffs. We can only hope to see it this year once again for the Bills and their passionate fan base. Let's see who the 30th over.
All right, here we go. 30th pick. This guy in the commissioner's chair, it looks like he was nodding off. Oh, yeah, easy, Sam. Easy, dude. Look at who we got coming back, bro. Look at who we were missing yesterday.
Commissioner has on his card.
Am I smoking crack? No, I don't smoke crack.
NFL Draft. The Buffalo Bills select Gregory Rousseau, defensive end, Miami.
Damn, Rousseau goes to the Bills. Rousseau goes to the Bills. Nice pick by them. 6'6", 266, runs a 4.67 40. And he destroyed folks in college, man. He destroyed them.
Let me just collect myself. There it is. It's true.
I'm happy for this kid. This kid opted out this year. His mom was a nurse and dealt with COVID.
Sam, you're not even a Viking fan. How are you going to say whether someone's front office is disappointment or not?
So he goes to his pro day, does not have a great pro day. There's some
The Bills nailed that right there. They nailed that pick.
You're looking at somebody who's a high school safety and wide receiver. Wow.
They nailed that pick, and that puts the Ravens on the clock.
Miami had 15.5 sacks. He didn't even really know what he's doing. So
That dude's a beast. 15.5 sacks last year, or in 2019. Second in the FBS. 19 tackles for a loss. 7th in the FBS.
Yeah, and DJ said it earlier. A team built with a play with a lead. With this offense, this reminds me of the Colts with Peyton Manning. It's 14-0 before you start. Here come Freeney and Mathis. Now you add Rousseau to Mario Allison, Jerry Hughes coming off the edges again after the quarterback. So that should be a whole lot of fun.
And this is a kid, guys, as we go to the video, who has the ability to play outside.
That Jason Owa of Penn State still out there.
There as well. I talked about his size and length, and you see it show up. Look at the big hit here coming off.
This guy's a beast, though.
He uses that length, and when he gets to the point of attack, you can't get your hands on him just so long. He just locks guys out. He does it in the run game. You see it in the pass rusher as well.
Sam, you literally have your opinion, and everyone else has their own.
As you see him rushing,
You literally have your opinion, everyone else has their own.
that length,
So whatever, you say that, I disagree.
it's hard to be a great pass rusher if you can't feel
Micah Parsons, a huge pick for Dallas, Tony.
that, despite not a lot of
Huge pick. He was one of my draft crushes. I named my 5 draft crushes at the beginning of the stream, and Parsons was one of those 5.
protection, and you're going to find some of these tomato can guards you're going to see in the NFL.
I don't think that's who Dallas was targeting, but I think that's a good pick for them.
And let him go to work. He's got a lot of versatility that way.
And I just got a text. Someone said, there's no way you play wide receiver in high school. It's just how
Sam, you're the same guy probably that a couple years ago was talking shit about Tannehill. You were the same guy a couple years ago that just was so adamantly sure that Brian Tannehill could not lead a team to the playoffs.
Where they're going to play a golf.
That's not fair.
Yeah, you're looking for the guys that can do the things that you can't coach, which is be big and long. This guy, so that's what I wrote down on my sheet, unnaturally long. He just walked down the stage there and was
Guarantee you were the guy that was so sure that Tannehill was done.
He's not really he was just reaching down. This guy is a quarterback's nightmare because you think you're protected, you feel the pocket, but he can reach out beyond the tackle and find you.
And one thing Coach said earlier that stuck in my head,
Yes.
you go back to the tape for the opt-outs, all right? When the opt-outs weren't around, you go back to the tape. So the pro day wasn't great, but still. And a lot of
So we got 28 up in here and about 2 picks left in this deal.
myself on tape. I can't unsee that. Let's see what we can do.
Again, I bet you the Vikings are calling trying to get back into the first here. I guarantee they're trying to get back into the first.
That's a great point. Unless Josephson's 34. I had been high on Rousseau through this whole process, and I talked to a lot of teams that I couldn't get anybody to join me. I'm like, am I living on Rousseau Island population 1?
Nice.
I'll be right back.
John McDermott was there the whole time, just on the other side of the island.
He just wasn't going to tell you.
Green room tonight, we saw the celebration. How excited are you to be the newest member of the Buffalo Bills?
I mean, I'm super excited, Bills Mafia. I can't wait to get over there. I just can't wait.
We saw you already going to see some fans down there on the stage.
Yeah. I can't wait. I'm ready to go over there and compete and just give it my all. It's a blessing to be here. I'm so thankful, and I couldn't be any more grateful, man. God is good.
You're a Florida boy, born and raised, went to Miami. How are you going to deal with that Buffalo cold?
I'm gonna be just fine. I promise.
I love that smile. All right, Rich.
Of course, he'll be on the road when they play at Miami. Here's the moment where you learn he's
So we're getting into the throngs of this thing, folks. Getting into the end game. Trying to bust out the goldfish. Time to bust out the goldfish, y'all. All right, we go to a commercial. What do the Ravens need? Ravens need linebacker, offensive lineman, safety, wide receiver. Could the Ravens be the team that picks up this Jeremiah Owusu? Maybe Nick Bolton out of Missouri? Christian says they need receivers. Rick says defense, period. Well, wide receivers, there's still some good ones, folks. If they need wide receivers, you got Elijah Moore sitting out there, Terrence Marshall Jr. How about an edge rusher? Jason Awia out of Penn State. Or Arnez Ojirari out of Georgia. Someone predicted that Inez guy at this pick. Someone predicted that Inez was going to go right here. LJ says they already took Bateman. Yeah, they did. My bad. My bad. What do they say now? You need 6? All right, here we go. The pick is in for the Ravens.
That's what's going to allow you to put your own stamp on it. I can't wait to see what you do.
Pick is in for the Ravens, y'all. They're still in a commercial break, though. I don't know, Christian. I guess we'll see, buddy. I guess we'll see. I think Lawrence is going to explode. I think he is going to be exciting to watch. Must-see TV in the NFL this year. Just like Burrow was last year until he got hurt. Just like Burrow was last year. All right, here we go.
2021 NFL Draft. The Baltimore Ravens select Jason Oweh, linebacker, Penn State.
Jason Oweh is the pick, the linebacker out of Penn State.
Jason Oweh, edge. 2020 first team all big.
Edge rusher, 13.5 tackles for a loss.
Jason Oweh, what do you think here?
He's happy.
It's an interesting case study because he did not have a sack this last year, but when you study the tape, you see a very disruptive player. He helped.
Overall, 76 ranking, athleticism 99, production 54, so they think he's got room to grow. 2020 first team All Big Ten selection.
7 pounds, so that will get.
Tested freaky at the combine. He's disruptive. His comparison is Leonard Floyd.
Those guys all test like this it's unbelievable what they do with these guys. But you want to talk about speed?
Comparison is Leonard Floyd at the NFL level.
Really good things from the 2019 tape. We saw a lot of pressures this year as well. He can win right away.
Christian said I would have went with the wide receiver. You didn't like the wide receiver they already drafted?
At this point in time, but with his explosive first step, he's able to gain an edge and make things happen. You see these flashes, the flashes of the.
I hope you're not rooting or hoping for injuries on players, Sam, because that'll be a quick exit for you, sir.
But he has so much in his body, and I go.
Joss H checks in, says just checking in. Dodgers lost today. Yes, they did.
4.37 and 30.
Caught another L.
So when you look at his Ravens,
6'4", though. 6'4", 257. 437. 100. Damn.
You said disruption.
Damn.
Fast, he is physical, and we were in those Baltimore Raven meeting rooms, and there's a word that came up, or a phrase that came up every once in a while, which this guy's a Raven. So you can kind of look at this guy.
All right, that leaves the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Excited to see this guy's a Raven.
I guess the Bruce Arians got somewhere.
Green Bay took Eric Stokes, the cornerback out of Georgia.
Shows bedtime.
And Aaron Rodgers was not happy about it.
Get right to it.
Were you, Aaron?
He knew what he wanted.
Did that pick make you mad, too?
Jason Light, by the way.
They just refused to draft you a wide receiver, man.
They're bringing the band.
They just refused.
They're on a mission for repeat. So,
Yeah, you should be mad.
the world champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers with the pick that wraps up night 1 in Cleveland.
With the 32nd pick in
All right, pick is in.
the NFL Draft, the Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers select Joe Tryon, linebacker, Washington.
Joe Tryon, the linebacker out of Washington, edge rusher.
At that position,
6'5", 259, ideal frame. Stack and toss his tight ends, and he's a finisher.
Levante David, here's Joe Tryon as the commissioner is wrapping up the evening.
4.65 40-yard dash.
Rusher, he's the one we didn't see play this year.
52 overall, athleticism 72, production 52. Man, a lot of low numbers there, though.
You know, in the Pac-12.
Absolutely. He could, much like some of the guys have been going earlier, this guy collapses the pocket on his side. He is big, he is long, he is physical.
And you talk to people who worked him out this offseason, they just talk about what a delightful young man he was
So that's it for the first round.
every day trying to get better. He's going to add to his arsenal.
Well, that'll wrap it up for our 5 first-round coverage of the 2021 NFL Draft. Kudos to all the men and women who worked so hard in the rain.
All right, so that's it for the draft. Like I said,
The rain to get us on the
I'll be back tomorrow for day 2.
We will see you tomorrow night from Cleveland for night 2.
But before I go offline, we'll take a look at what's going on with the Vikes in this draft. We will take a look at what's going on with the Vikes. All right, LJ, good night, man. Good night, man. Good job picking guys, dude. Like Nostradamus up in this bitch. Straight up Nostradamus. All right, so let's go to the other screen here. Vikings fans. Let's bring up the team. And for next year, folks, I want you to pay attention to, I know there's not many in here, we got 17, but pay attention to the folks that said, man, I'm gonna do the entire draft, and I'm gonna be up on YouTube, and I'm gonna go the whole night for you, the Minnesota Viking fans. And look at how many of them have logged off an hour ago. Look how many have logged off an hour ago. Bunch of frauds. Anyway, here we go. Needs analysis for our Vikes. Offensive lineman, defensive lineman, safety, linebacker, QB. All right, Christian, we'll see you tomorrow. All right, so that's the needs analysis. Now let's look at I don't think I can do it on this screen, though. Let me find the right screen. I want to see, oh, it was on Yahoo, that's right. Okay, so let's do this. Let's come back to this one. And we'll close it out. Then we're going to go to this Yahoo site here. We're going to come down and find the Vikes. All right, so they figured they were going to draft this Alijah Vera-Tucker. They ended up getting Christian Darrisaw. Okay? His draft grade, both of them were graded as a B+. Ranking, they ranked Vera-Tucker as 13. They ranked Darrisaw as 21st. 6'5 versus 6'5. 308 versus 322. Eric Edelheim's commentary. It's back-to-back Hokies as the Vikings slide down and grab a player who was routinely mocked in the teens. GM Rick Spielman typically lands good value, and this one fits the bill. We weren't quite as enamored with Darsaw's upside as others, but he's a very nice player with the athletic traits to be a day one starter at left tackle. It just ended 6-2-6. We're just going over that's just the first round. We're back again tomorrow. So that's the Vikings' first pick, right? So this is what they've got left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 picks remaining. So they got a round 3 pick, 15. So they never got back into the second. Round 3 pick, 27. Then they have 4 fourth rounders. 2 5s and a 6. So I imagine they're going to package some of these to come up tomorrow. I imagine they're going to package a number of these fourth rounders to come up into the second round tomorrow. That's my guess. All right, let's go back a page here. Oops, wrong way. You're going the wrong way. So let's review the first round here. I forgot to bring that up on the screen. What a moron. All right, so let's review the first round today. Sam says the Vikings should have asked for more. I think they got plenty. I was shocked they didn't get a 2, though. Nobody must have come calling with a 2. But here we go. We'll review the first. Lawrence goes first to the Jaguars. Wilson to the Jets, as many expected. San Francisco gets Trey Lance. I think that was ballsy, personally. I think that was ballsy. We'll see how it pans out. Kyle Pitts to the Atlanta Falcons. Then we got Jamar Chase goes to the Bengals, reunites him with his college quarterback, Joe Burrow. Jalen Waddle goes to the Miami Dolphins. Penny Sewell to the Lions. So they're thinking they'll move Sewell to right tackle. Jason Horn goes to the Panthers. Surtain to the Broncos, who many thought Dallas was looking at. Then Devontae Smith goes to the Eagles. They finally get their number 1 wideout. Then the Bears trade up to get Justin Fields. Then the Cowboys are like, oh shit, we're taking Micah Parsons, a linebacker. That's probably to replace, I forget his name now, but the linebacker they've had these past few years. Showtime checks in and says, what's up, Valhalla? The Bears won the draft. Okay, buddy. Okay. Rashawn Slater, the offensive tackle, goes to the Chargers to protect Bear. Then the Jets trade up and get this Alijah Vera-Tucker, who many had going to the Vikings. Mac Jones then goes to the Patriots. Zaven Collins to the Cardinals. Alex Leatherwood, many said it was a reach, to the Raiders. Jalen Phillips to the Dolphins. Jamin Davis to the Washington football team. Then Kadarius Toney goes to the New York Giants at wide receiver. Kwity Paye goes off the board to the Colts. Caleb Farley to Tennessee. Then Minnesota, who dropped down, gets Christian Darrisaw, the offensive tackle. Then the running backs start going. Najee Harris goes to the Steelers, and Travis Etienne goes to the Jaguars. Etienne's interesting because he joins his college quarterback. joins his college quarterback on the Jacksonville Jaguars. And another interesting thing is I saw a lot of people had Etienne rated higher than Najee Harris. So in essence, the Jaguars got both the number 1 rated quarterback and the number 1 rated running back in the same draft. Greg Newsome goes to the Browns. Bateman goes to Baltimore. Turner, the edge rusher, goes to the Saints. Desperately needed defensive help. Stokes to the Packers. Rousseau goes to the Bills. Jason Owa goes to the Ravens. And then Joe Tryon goes to the Tampa Bay Bucks. Edge rusher out of Washington. Well, I think Etienne's going to be special, Showtime. I think he's going to be special. And I also think that I've seen the Vikings do it a couple times where they pair up teammates from that same year, and it kind of gives them a better chance in like rookie camp and stuff. You know what I mean? Because they feel a little comfortable. But you're hyped about getting Fields, huh? The Bears moving up to get Fields? Something I mentioned in my stream a number of times was 5 quarterbacks were rated high. Of those 5, it's likely that 3 bust. At least 3 bust. So is Justin Fields not the one that busts? So if it's Fields sitting there and he's not going to bust, who's the other one that's not going to bust? Showtime says, I'm a Browns fan, but Fields is a stud. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying that the likelihood is that out of the 5, 3 bust. Out of the 5, we're going to have at least 3 that bust. I personally don't think it's going to be the first overall pick, personally. I think Trevor Lawrence is going to be an amazing player in the NFL. I think he's gonna revolutionize it, kind of like Mahomes has done. Yeah, Brandon, I was happy with the Vikings pick. I was happy not only with the pick, but how they got it and how they picked up a little bit more capital. I said all through the stream, Showtime, that my most likely to bust was Zach Wilson. Because he is going into a shit show in New York. He's going into a shit show. I mean, they drafted Sam Darnold and literally never gave him an opportunity to succeed. Yep, not many weapons either. That media is going to get all over him. They are going to get absolutely all over him from the jump. Yeah, that's a rough spot for him. Gennaro says, was hoping for Mooring or Jock. Yeah, so there we go. So the Vikings still have 10 picks remaining. 10 picks remaining. The next one is until round 3, but it's a high third. That's the one they got from the Jets. So in essence, a late second rounder. And like I said, they've got plenty of capital here where they're going to come up. It wouldn't shock me if they're in discussions with them right now about coming up into 2-1, the 2-1 position. Who has the 2-1 spot? Who's sitting here with the 2-1 pick? These things won't drop down. Gennaro says, but glad we got offensive line. We needed it. Yeah, we needed it. That had to be the pick, but I'm glad they traded down rather than spending a 14 on a tackle. All right, let me try to go to another screen here because this one ain't making me happy. So let's go to this predict the pick thing. I think it's only for the first round. So that ain't going to work. Let's go to this one. Let's go to this one and see if it'll take me to the second round. All right, so the Jags have the first pick tomorrow. The Jags have the first pick in the second round, and they have the 13th pick in the second round. So I'm thinking the Vikings will try to move up into here somewhere in this top 10. They're probably on the phone with Jacksonville right now. Yeah, I agree, Gennaro. They kind of got one, right? Because they got the high third. But I think they have the ammo to come up here if they want to. Who are those teams that are absolutely pick poor right now, that don't have many picks at all? I think the Bears are pick poor. But those are who you target to try to move up so they can get 2 for 1. Snell back in the house. But that's the second round tomorrow. I think we go, what, 2-3 tomorrow? Or is it 2-3-4? No, 2-3 tomorrow. 2-3 tomorrow. It starts at 7 p.m. Eastern. So 4 o'clock is the start time. Brother BKL says, how do you feel about your pick? I thought it was an excellent pick, and I thought it was excellent that they moved down. Yeah, I think that's cool, Showtime. I just mentioned that. I think having these guys join up with former college teammates, I think it's a positive. Look at Anthony Barr and Eric Kendricks for the Vikes. What are you asking, Gennaro, about just 2-3? Yeah, just the second and third rounds, correct. But we'll do those tomorrow. We will do those tomorrow here on the channel. Unlike those folks that said they were going to do the whole first round today and bowed out with 10 picks remaining. I'm tired. Yeah, they're struggling, Brian. They're struggling. Oops, I just messed up something here. Let's go to Twitter. Let's go to the Twitters here. This is dangerous. Because you never know what people are going to put up here. So yeah, we've got 10 picks tomorrow. Here's an interesting tweet from Krauser. Currently have 4 picks on day 2, 66, 78, 86, 90. Here are the Vikings' last 10 day 2 picks and where they were taken. Cook, number 41 overall. Kendricks, 45. Smith Jr., 50. Alexander, 54. Cleveland, 58. O'Neal, 62. Elfline at 70. Daniil Hunter at 88. Dazzler, 89. And Madison at 102. All right, good night, Showtime. So the Vikings know how to find talent. Why did he shave his head and beard? Why did he do that? Here's an interesting tweet by Daniel Greenberg, whoever he is. The Vikings were thinking about drafting Justin Fields with their 14th pick, but the Bears jumped in front of him. Brother BKL says, so what was your best and worst pick of the draft? Best, Trevor Lawrence, because I think he was the best player in the draft. Worst, I think that Underwood guy, I think that the Raiders took. Oh, he got 2,500 likes. They rocked. They kicked my ass. Let's see what else we got here in Viking land. Tom Pellicero says the defensive players available on day 2 include Christian Barmore, Levi Onwuzurike, Boogie Basham, Aziz Ojulari, the edge rusher. I like that one. Owusu Kuraka, Nick Bolton, Pete Werner, Tyson Campbell, Avante Samuel Jr., Kevin Joseph, Trevon Mooring. Someone just said that. Someone just said Mooring. Who just said something about Mooring in the chat? But here's old Christian Darrisaw for the Vikings here. His Virginia Tech helmet gets painted purple. Gennaro said that was me who mentioned him. There you go, bud. So there's your picture of Spielman after tonight. There's your picture of Spielman after tonight. You still got 11 diehards in here. What do you think? Who asked me that question? Brother BKL, what do you think was the best and worst pick in the draft? Mario says Mooring is a beast safety. Here's this guy's grades. I don't know who he is, but he gave A's to the Bears and Colts, or A pluses to the Bears and Colts, A's to the Jets, Lions, Vikings, Steelers, F to Green Bay. Who's this dude? There's our newest guy. Christian Darrisaw, the offensive tackle out of Virginia Tech, everybody. Hey, there you go. There you go, Jamaro. Look at this tweet here from PFF Draft. Best available players after round 1. Your guy Mooring, the safety, is the second one on the list there. I'm telling you, I like Terrence Marshall for the Vikes too. I like Terrence Marshall to line up next to his old college teammate. Not gonna lie. There he is. Anyway, the chat got kind of quiet here, folks. Let's put on some music. This guy Cheeky's upset. This guy's upset. Remember the name Mac Jones, Vikings fan? Spiel douche had a chance to draft a national championship quarterback, future Hall of Famer, for a shittier first round and 2 effing third round picks. So he was unhappy. Brother BKL comes in hot, says the best pick was the Bears and the worst was the Patriots. Jamaro says the Raiders reach. Yes, they did. Only one round today, Brian. One round on opening night, and then rounds 2 and 3 tomorrow. Corey says, well, my boys didn't get to draft Surtain, but I'll take Parsons. That's a hell of a pick for them, Corey. I think they got Wallyhood in their little trade a little bit, but Parsons is a hell of a player. He was one of my top 5 draft crushes going into the draft tonight. Parsons was like number 3 on that list. Yeah, just round 1 today. Yep. Will, I was only 5 away from 4.5. I was only 5 away tonight and we picked up none. We literally lost one, I think. Let me look real quick. I was only 5 subs away from 4,500. And now I'm 4 away. 4 away from 4,500. This channel just does not do very good with NFL. Corey says, for us to get a solid linebacker to replace Sean Lee in an extra third, I'll take it. No doubt. No doubt, man. No doubt. Yeah, I mean, if I was going to do the safe thing, tonight, I would have just done the Dodger game. I'm going to pick up 30 almost every Dodger game. But I really wanted to do the draft, and I'll continue to do the draft, so... What do you do? What do you do? Yeah, I won't be doing... I likely will not do the Saturday 4 through 7. Yeah, I get you, Gennaro. You can only sub once, buddy. I appreciate you. Appreciate it, Corey. You have a good night, dude. Yeah, no doubt, Cervantes. No doubt. Alejandro says tomorrow. Yeah, we're going to do tomorrow, Alejandro. We'll do rounds 2 and 3. We will do rounds 2 and 3. Will says my Seahawks get to pick tomorrow. Right on, Will. Right on, Will. Let me go to this deal right here. And let's see how many of these were right. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. No doubt, Gennaro. Second and third is huge. and obviously won. But 2-3 is where you find those guys that balance out your team. Brother BKL says, I hope the Giants will get an outstanding pick. Right on, buddy. So this deal here, this is that predict the pick on NFL.com. You have user consensus and NFL experts. They got the Lawrence pick right. They got the Wilson pick right. And then it went to shit. This is why I don't do mock drafts on my channel. Literally don't do them. Because they're literally a waste of time. Brian J says the Vikings won the night for sure. Well, they didn't embarrass themselves. Let's put it that way. They definitely did not embarrass themselves. Smart movement by Spielman. Still got 10 picks. 10 picks. And a lot of them in the top 100 here. A lot of them in the top 100. I really like the Jamar Chase to the Bengals pick, even though they're still going to have to find some protection for Burrow. But man, to team him up with his college teammate Jamar Chase, sweet. And then you got Burrow teaming up with Etienne in Jacksonville. Brother BKL says me either, because I really don't have time for a mock draft. They take like 5 seconds, but it's really pointless in my opinion. Some channels do 15, 20 videos. The Panay Sewell pick by the Lions was legit, I thought, folks. Even though I think that it's not going to matter, because I think the quarterback they traded for sucks. But Devontae Smith to the Eagles, they get the guy they wanted, right? Justin Fields to the Bears. That's going to be interesting to see play out, right? Micah Parsons to the Cowboys. Yeah, no doubt, Brian. I mean, they'll have to concentrate on that in the next few days. What kind of picks do the Bengals have left? What kind of picks do the Bengals have left? They'll have to put some protection there. And the Steelers got him a bruiser. Steelers get them a bruiser running back, Najee Harris. Guillermo says the Chiefs are going to get a good pick in round 2 there. I don't think they'll do nothing yet, man, until, like I said, until June 1st. What about that Payton Turner pick by the Saints at 28? Exactly, Will. Exactly. And then they wonder why my buddy, my co-host tonight, looks so angry all the time. I do appreciate that he wore that nice outfit to come visit us here on the channel today. Cervantes says there's still great picks up for grabs. Javonte Williams from North Carolina. Check him out. I'll check him out, dude. I do think the Vikings need to draft a running back in this draft. Maybe not next pick or the pick after, but they need to draft a running back in this draft. But yeah, I want to thank Aaron Rodgers for joining me today. Just showed up at the house, surprised me. And there he is. Gennaro says I should have teamed with Grossi tonight. Gennaro, I'm not even on Grossi's level, my friend. He don't even know who the fuck I am. He don't know who I am. But he was the reason that I started this channel. He literally is the reason that I decided to start a YouTube channel, so I thank him for that. It's been fun. I've had a good time. He had over 8,000 people in the chat, I believe. He literally had like 8,000 people up in the chat tonight, I believe. He's probably still over there with like 6,000. Rough day for him, though. Definitely a rough day for the Packer Nation. And you know I hate it. You know I hate that. When the Packer Nation has a rough time. Man, I keep looking at that subscriber count. That's so sad. Jamero says purple for the win annoys me. He puts out the content though. I will give old Andy some props, Jamero. He puts out the content. He knows his shit, and he grinds. I'll give him credit there. Brian J says more than a 1 in a million chance of Rodgers ending up a Viking. I hope less. What are you saying there, brother Mikael? That's literally a bunch of subscribe. Gennaro says his streams are weak. Well, he doesn't stream and talk to his chat very much because of some stuff that went on Twitter. So he can't just like chill. But he knows his stuff. I think he's a good dude, family man. And that's all I'll say. Jamero says Rodgers is no Favre. All right, Cervantes, well, you have a good night, buddy. It's all right, checks in, says, God dang it, dude, I forgot that this was today. How do you forget what day the NFL draft is? Oh, about the Gennaro Cup? Got you. Well, we still got 12 up in here. Man, I only got to use the trade thing. How many trades were there in the first round? 2 or 3? I thought there was going to be a bunch of trades, and I had this cool thing here. Look at my whole screen light up red. No, I get you. It's all right. It's no big deal, dude. 3 trades in the first round, huh? What did the Bears have to give up to get up to that spot? Let me look at that. What did the Bears give up to move up? Let me look that up real fast. You guys will probably beat me to it, but BEARSTRADE. So the Giants gave up pick 11, the Bears gave up pick 20, 164, a 2022 first round pick, and a 2022 fourth round pick to move up 9 spots. Move up 9 spots. So that's interesting. So the Bears have no first rounder next year. The Giants have an additional one. Sleeping Angel says, I'm happy we got our guy. And I hate the Packers as well. Yeah, 2 picks this year and 2 next year. So a first and a fourth next year. Gennaro says, this is why I think we could have got more. Listen, dude. Spielman is the master of the telephones, dude. You got to give him credit. You literally have to give him credit. Nobody has had more draft picks in the last 4 years than the Minnesota Vikings. Last year we set a record in the Super Bowl era for picking 16 players in the draft. I imagine he was on the phone, and when it became Mac Jones that was falling instead of Justin Fields that was falling, the price tag probably went down. You know what I mean? When it ended up being, so if Jones ends up going to the Niners at 3, this whole thing shakes out different if Fields starts dropping, right? So I'm sure he was sitting there, and I'm sure they had contingency trades in place already should Fields drop past a certain point. And likely as soon as it became just Mac Jones that was the only one left of the top 5, knowing the Patriots were going to take him, you had to have a suitor that was willing to give up a second at the very least, plus their 1. I kind of thought maybe Pittsburgh would come up there, but they didn't. And then the team that did come up didn't pick a quarterback. So I'm telling you, I really like Spielman, folks. I think that he tries to give the coaching staff what they want whenever they ask for it. My problem with the Vikings, as it has been the last 3 years, is I don't think we have a coach that can coach us to the promised land. Sleeping Angel says, right on, buddy. I mean, I totally hope I'm wrong about Zimmer, you folks, but I just, this whole idea of I'm a defensive coach and that my offense, I'm just going to relegate it to somebody else, but we better be running it. We better be running the ball all the time, blah, blah, blah. And it's never his fault when shit goes astray. And now we've got this whole fucking, somebody's son or his son is on some position, and then you got somebody else's son is now taking over for him. It's just all a mess. It's just all a mess. It's all a mess. But that being said, if the Vikings can get it together this year and those players that we get back come back and perform like we expect them to perform, like Danielle Hunter, the fella Pierce that we spent big money on that opted out last year, Anthony Barr returns to form, maybe we make some noise. Maybe we make some noise. They do need, in one of these 10 picks, or somehow by the end of this draft, we must draft 2 things. We must draft a quarterback that puts some kind of pressure on Cousins. I don't care if he likes it. I don't give a damn. Bring a quarterback in. Mond, I think somebody mentioned. Even Trask from Florida. Bring one of them in to compete, just to nip at Cousins' heels for another year here. There's other ones further down even that are optional, and I do think we need to get a kicker, folks. We literally have to draft a kicker this year. We are going to have to draft a kicker, and I want another wide receiver. I want a wide receiver. If we could get one of either that LSU wide receiver that's sitting out there or the Ole Miss one, which we're not unless we move up. We're not getting them unless we come up now into this next top 10 picks. But if we get one of those 2, I would be ecstatic. I would be ecstatic. I would be a happy dude. All right, folks, so I'm going to turn this bad boy off. I'm going to turn it off. I appreciate those of you that came in and joined us tonight. Stream crashed about halfway through, but I think we got most of those people back. Last year was the channel was about 2 or 3 months old when the draft came around. That stream got like 100 views, maybe 125, maybe another 25 after that. So like less than 150 views for our draft stream last year. This one I think will probably be sitting at 1,000. So not too bad. I've seen worse. I don't think they were scared at this point though, Gennaro. I think what's going on here is that Cousins didn't like having someone behind him, so he told him, don't draft him or I'm not going to re-sign with you guys. And since then, we've honored that. Well, now we need to say bullshit. We're bringing one in. If you don't like it, tough shit. So they just need to have somebody back there. I don't mind the idea of going to get that quarterback from Denver. But Denver didn't get a quarterback today, right? Where is my other screen here? Denver didn't draft a quarterback today, right? Where the hell are they at? There we go. No, Denver got Patrick Surtain. I wouldn't mind that quarterback that Denver has if we can get him for like a 6th. Yeah, if we could get Locke for like a 6th, but I think that's out the window. I don't think that'll come up now because Denver didn't get in on one of the 5 quarterbacks. So I think that's out. There was rumors that we were talking to them about Locke. And I wouldn't mind Locke at all as a backup to Cousins. He's got a little, he's got some moxie to him. He's got some moxie. He's got some legs to him. He can run. I just think maybe he needs a group that believes him or at least coaches him up. Yeah, they might, Joseph. They might. Does Denver pick early tomorrow? Denver probably picks early tomorrow too. Yeah, they pick 8th. They pick 8th in the 2nd round here. So if they get Trask or the other one, I wouldn't mind us going to get Locke at all. Yeah, but we're not. I think they're going to be. I think definitely Trask is gone by the time we pick, and I think probably Mons is too. I think they're both gone by the time we draft again. We'd have to move up to get him. We'd have to move up to get him, and I'd rather have Locke over either of them. I would rather have Locke over either one of those guys. Because you don't know what you're getting in Trask either. Kind of 50-50 on Trask, but Mons, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I have to look at more tape. I'll look at some in the morning. Joseph says he knows that New Orleans wants Trask. Aren't they like pick poor as well? Isn't New Orleans not only cap strapped, but they have no picks? Let's look. Oh no, they're doing all right. New Orleans has the 28th pick tomorrow in the second round. So they got a 2, 2 3s, a 4, a 6, and 2 7s. So they've got 7 picks remaining. But their first one tomorrow is until 28. And I don't think old dude's going to be there at 28, man. The Florida quarterback. He's not going to be there, dog. I think that guy they picked today, that was a good one. 6'6", 268, Payton Turner. His position in 9th ranked position, overall ranked 73, a 76th grade. He's trying to get to the West Coast, Gennaro, so he's closer to his girlfriend. Well, the Bills had a good pick in the first round here. The Bills definitely nailed it in the first. Well, that's pretty funny that Purple for the win, they're going right now, and they've got about the same number in their chat as I do. Brother BKL says, no problem, all. This is the best draft. Anyway, catch you on the flip side. Keep up the good work. All right, buddy. Appreciate you, dude. Appreciate you, my man. Yeah, those were the teams, Joseph. Was San Francisco, Oakland, or Vegas, excuse me, San Francisco, Vegas, or Denver were the 3 that I heard. Those were the 3 that I heard. All right, folks, we're going to cut this thing off, and I'll see you folks tomorrow. All righty, thank you so much for today. Appreciate you all. Had fun. Nothing like the NFL draft. Probably one of the second coolest day in the NFL every year. But we're going to go to the end screen, and I will see you folks tomorrow. Valhalla Sports Talk. And Aaron Rodgers' sorry ass is off the air.